Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto was a primordial ninja high school DxD. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by XXUZUMAKI45XX and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. After the fight with Mama Shiki, Naruto and Sasuke spent the rest of their time watching over the village. Everything was at peace, and Naruto was starting to think that he might have to retire soon. No, he wants to retire. While being the Hokage has always been his dream, doing paperwork wasn't. Frankly, it's due to becoming Hokage that Sasuke was able to surpass him. While Naruto was sitting doing paperwork, Sasuke was out training. Maybe I will hand over the position to Konohamaru. He doesn't even have a team anymore, Naruto thought. Indeed, Boruto, Sarada and Mitsuki have all grown up into fine jonin. Naruto was interrupted out of his thoughts when Kurama started to speak to him. Naruto, I'm feeling a disturbance outside the village. What do you mean, Kurama? This chakra. It can't be. You guys sealed her during the war. You can't be talking about. Naruto. Hurry, the front gate. Sasuke is in trouble. Kuzu. We don't even have the seals anymore. Naruto thought as he disappeared in a flash of orange. 5 minutes earlier. Sasuke was walking back to the Leaf Village after escorting some merchants to the Sand Village and back. He was now walking with them and could finally see the gate come into view. Better report to 7th, it's been a while. Sasuke narrowed his eyes as he was suddenly pierced in the chest with a Godama staff. Fortunately, Sasuke was prepared and his lightning-style cage bunshin paralyzed his foe for just a moment, or so he thought. Sasuke was hiding in the branches of a nearby tree. He would have gone to attack had he not noticed that his attacker was the rabbit goddess, Kagaya Utsutsuki. What's going on? Why is she here? Are you guys okay? Sasuke asked. The merchants nodded and proceeded to run away from the scene before they would regret it. Once they were gone, Sasuke felt something behind him. Fearing the worst, he barely dodged a bone projectile that would have skewered his head and then some. It can't be her. We sealed her away. Who are you? Sasuke asked. The rabbit goddess didn't respond and began to disappear once again. TCH. Sasuke jumped away to avoid another Godama that aimed straight for him. It came in contact with a tree and began to glow intensely. Shimada. Sasuke thought. Sasuke dashed away from the area and it immediately exploded, destroying Konoha's front gate along with it, as well as some buildings. Ugh, Sasuke groaned as he was blasted away from saving the still Chunins, Izumo and Katetsu. Kagaya took advantage of his state and launched 3 Godamas heading straight for the trio. Present. Sasuke smirked as he and the Chunins disappeared from their positions and in their place were 3 cage bunshins. They each teleported the 3 Godamas to the markers Naruto set up before he came and rescued the day, knowing he wouldn't be able to touch them now. 3 huge explosions appeared not too far away from Konoha. Sasuke and Naruto had teleported to the Hokage Tower and it was thanks to Naruto that the whole village was evacuated in time. Gotta love cage bunshins, the Hiraishin, as well as large chakra reserves, Naruto thought with a smirk. I hope we won't have to rebuild much. However, she's much more powerful than Pain, so we probably shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. I'll show you who would have defeated Kagaya in a one-on-one battle, Naruto, Sasuke said as closed his eyes. Fortunately, Sasuke has both his arms back now. So, he won't be at a disadvantage like he was against Mama Shiki. You're kidding yourself, you wouldn't have been able to do anything had it not been for my reverse harem no jutsu. Well, then. Show me how it's done, Naruto. Ah. Naruto said as he activated his Bijuu mode with Sennin mode. Sharingan. Sasuke thought as his Chokutamo Rinnegan activated as well as his base Sharingan. Kagaya appeared behind them but Naruto and Sasuke dodged swiftly. Naruto appeared behind Kagaya, attempting to perform some good Alta Jutsu which failed as he was blown away with just chakra. Sasuke pulled out his sword and clashed with Kagaya's Godama stick. He withdrew his sword and performed one of his old techniques. Chidori Nagashi. Lightning surrounded Kagaya, which was intended to paralyze her, only to prove the opposite as she blasted Sasuke away as well. Naruto recovered and came in with one of his new attacks. Gyuuten. Wakusei Rasen Shuriken. Naruto yelled as he was holding a regular-sized Rasen Shuriken with 3 baseball-sized Rasen Shurikens orbiting it. He knew that attacking her head-on would prove to be useless, so he prepared some diversions. 3 cage bunshins were closing in on Kagaya's position, each holding an Adama Rasengan in their hand. Kagaya enlarged 3 Godama to match the size of Naruto's Rasengans and launched them straight for him. Both attacks clashed and before any explosions took place, the original Naruto appeared before Kagaya at point-blank range and launched his attack at her. She froze the area around herself, which gave her the opportunity to absorb the attack. Nani? She never did that before. Naruto thought in shock. However, he was blasted away as the clashing of the Rasengans and Godamas created an explosion that covered a good amount of Konoha, almost comparable to the time pain destroyed it. Naruto was beside Sasuke, on top of Naruto's face on the Hokage monument. "Think that she's dead?" Naruto asked. Sasuke mentally smacked his forehead in denial that Naruto was still an idiot. "Oh, if Madara was immortal, I'm pretty sure she's even more immortal. Meaning without some sort of way to seal her, means by which we don't have, this world ends. True, not even if you and Jutsu Master can recreate those seals that the Rakuto Sennin gave us. So, what do we do?" All of a sudden, the whole ground shook and Kagaya had burst out a pile of rubble. Naruto and Sasuke suddenly felt as if they were being pulled. "No way." They both exclaimed as Kagaya raised her hand, finally pulling them with brute force. Naruto activated his Biju mode. "Sasuke!" Naruto yelled. "Okada!" Sasuke used his left eye's ability to switch places with Kagaya while Naruto prepared a mini Bijidama. The timing was perfect and Naruto landed a hit on Kagaya as soon as Sasuke performed the switch. She was blasted away and crashed into a bunch of buildings creating more rubble and finally was enveloped in an explosion. "Sasuke, if anything we're going to have to go full on." Sasuke got what Naruto was suggesting and his Sharingan was morphing into his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto teleported to where Sasuke was and they both began to form their most powerful combo. Kurama was completely enveloped by the Susanoo. "Now, let's not waste any time, Sasuke. I'll keep it minimal so I don't outnumber you, heh. Shut up and let's go." "Page Bunshin no Jutsu." Naruto yelled. "Page Bunshin no Jutsu." Sasuke yelled. 50 Susanoo-clad Kuramas puffed into existence and Kagaya recovered in time to notice the mighty foe, or more like foes, that surrounded her. Each clone was holding 2 Rasen shurikens in their hands and threw them at Sasuke. "Taodama Biju Udamarasen Shuriken Danmaku." Naruto yelled. Sasuke was standing aside watching Naruto. Did he have to make the name so lengthy? Well, he is the 4th son. Kagaya was confused as to why she wasn't being targeted until Sasuke stared at her with his left eye and before she could react, felt a burning sensation as she was trapped in the biggest explosion that destroyed what was left of Konoha. However, no matter what, the monument is always intact. Well, it's gone now. After a while, all the clones were surrounding the crater left behind from the epic attack. Of course, it wasn't surprising when Kagaya had emerged, but she only had a few scratches here and there. Naruto was wide-eyed at this and Sasuke was a little surprised. "You've got to be kidding me. How did she come out of that with just a few scratches?" Naruto asked in disbelief. "Well, to be able to damage an immortal is definitely amazing," Sasuke said. "Don't patronize me, Sasuke. You know what she's supposed to look like right now. That is the last time I ever say something nice about you, Usuraten Kachi. Whatever, let's try out my new jutsu then." All the Susanoo clones used Amaterasu on Kagaya creating huge black flames. However, she flew up and dodged all of them. Which was a grave mistake on her part as Sasuke started manipulating his flames. With a little fire style, he blew on them, creating an Amaterasu Phoenix Flame Jutsu. Kagaya lifted up her hands and blew them all away from herself, creating a firestorm about to rain down on Naruto and Sasuke. All 50 clones circled around Kagaya and each of the 50 Sasukes lifted their hands in the air. "Kirin." Every single clone yelled as a Kirin dragon the size of 50 of them combined came down from Kagaya and hit her head-on. Due to the fact that pure lightning was in the mix, Kagaya wouldn't be able to absorb it as absorbing the lightning would be detrimental to her nervous system. "Yasha. I bet she felt that one." Naruto yelled out excitedly. However, she emerged with only a few burns. "This isn't good, that attack took a lot out of me," Sasuke said panting. "Me too, I don't think we can keep going," Naruto agreed as all of the clones disappeared leaving the original Naruto and Sasuke without their Susanoo and Biju transformation. Kagaya looked at them both before turning her head to Sasuke. "You must die first. Without you, Ashura will surely fall," Kagaya stated, appearing behind Sasuke instantly impaling him with a Godama. "Sasuke!" Naruto yelled. The staff started to get larger and larger before it started glowing. Naruto was in tears as he couldn't find the power he had right now to even stand up. Before Sasuke met his inevitable end, he said the same exact thing he said when they were younger. "You don't die." Before Naruto could protest, Sasuke used the last of what was left of his chakra and used Shinra Tensei on Naruto, pushing him away from the blast radius. Boom. When Naruto woke up, he noticed he was under some debris and pushed his way out of it. When he looked up, he was in despair at the destruction around him and the fact that he was only alive thanks to every Konoha ninja buying him time. The only ones left standing were Boruto, Mitsuki, Kakashi, and Lee, as well as Lee's son, with Lee having activated the 8th gate, Boruto with Sennin mode active, and Lee's son in the 7th gate. Kakashi took notice of Naruto behind him and wasted no time in questioning him. "Naruto, where is Sasuke?" That's all Kakashi needed to understand the current situation. "Move aside guys, let me and Lee take care of this," Naruto said as he activated his Bijuu mode with Sennin mode. "7th, let's have one last battle together," Lee declared. "Lee, I am sorry it had to end this way. I wish there was another alternative, but I'm glad I have you by my side." Ikuzo. Lee charged in first and delivered an air cannon punch to Kagaya, who did nothing but stand there, unflinching. "All that's left is to take care of you, Ashura's reincarnation." "Not on my watch," Naruto yelled, appearing above Kagaya with countless amounts of Choudama Rasengan's enhanced with Kurama's chakra. "This is for Sasuke. Choudama Psychosai Rasen Terengan," Naruto yelled. Kagaya wasted no time and threw a bunch of bone spears at each clone, dispersing all of them. "This is the..." However, Kagaya was too concentrated on Naruto that she didn't notice that Lee had landed a kick on her face, sending her flying. "Arigato, Lee." "No problem. Now, let us continue." Naruto used one-hand sign. "Pajuu Kage Bunshin no Jutsu," Naruto yelled as 1,000 clones poofed into existence. Each clone added wind to their Rasengans, making it a super barrage of Kyuubi chakra enhanced Rasen shurikens. Kagaya smirked before encasing herself in a ball of Godama. As soon as each impacted, they all began to get absorbed into her. "Thank you. More of the required chakra I need to sap from your pathetic monster." "No way. I used a lot of chakra, I don't think I can keep this up," were the thoughts of a Kage Bunshin before it disappeared, and out came Naruto with his hands in the cross seal. Again. "Kage Bunshin no Jutsu," Naruto yelled out as 100 clones poofed into existence. Each one holding a Rasengan in their hand. "I don't care how weak the attack, I can't let her kill my son, sensei, or anyone else." But that all of them jumped into the air. However, Kagaya threw more bone knives, causing each to poof, and before Naruto met his end, he was saved by Lee. "Don't try to do it alone, 7th," Lee said. "I'll go, you gather your chakra." Naruto nodded in response and just watched as his fellow Taijutsu expert charged into battle. "Du-chan, or wa ikamasu databasa," Boruto said, standing next to him. "No, you stay here, just because you have mastered Senjutsu does not mean you're ready for the likes of her," Naruto scolded. "I took down Momoshiki, didn't I?" Naruto decided that this time, he should help him out. He placed his hand on Boruto, which gave Boruto the same cloak of chakra as he is in Bijuu form. However, he improved it to the point where it covers the whole body, as if Boruto was the Jinchuriki. As a result, it lasts longer. "Well, what are you waiting for? Gather your sage chakra," Naruto said. Boruto smiled at this, and the father-son duo both closed their eyes. "Knight Lee," Lee said as he delivered his last blow, actually making Kagaya flinch. As Lee lay motionless with his body burned to a crisp, Naruto and Boruto arrived on scene. Bijuu mode and Sennin mode activated. "Kagaya, this is the end for you." "Ikuzo, Boruto." "Ah, Tu-chan." Naruto picked up Boruto and threw him straight at Kagaya. Boruto formed the cross sign. "Kage Bunshin no Jutsu." Boruto yelled as a bunch of clones did the all-famous dive towards their target. Each of the clones charged up an Adama Rasengan and aimed for Kagaya. Before Kagaya had a chance to do anything, Naruto appeared around Kagaya with 5 clones. She was too concentrated on Boruto that she didn't have time to react. All of the Naruto clones had Rasengans in their hands. The first one landed a hit. "You." As well as the rest. "Zu." "Ma." "Hi." Each Rasengan blasted her higher and higher. "Naruto Renden." The last Naruto yelled as he blasted Kagaya towards Boruto. "Adama Rasen Terengan." Boruto yelled, hitting Kagaya spot on. As Kagaya was falling to the floor, the real Naruto was sitting there waiting for her in his Bijuu transformation, with Kurama forming a Bijudama. "I'm not done yet. Bijuu-dama." Naruto roared as he launched the purple chakra bomb towards Kagaya, blasting her into next week. "Boruto, when the explosion lets up, launch your most powerful jutsu at her. Don't worry." Naruto said as he was charging up 8 Adama Bijuu-dama Rasen shurikens above him. "I have one of my own. I'll use a long-range jutsu, you charge in with your new jutsu," Naruto said with a proud smirk. Kagaya was falling down, a bit beaten up. "Ike!" Naruto shouted as launched all of them towards the descending rabbit goddess. How impossible it seems for all of them to hit bullseye, yet they did. Once again, she was stuck in a world of hurt. "Ike, Boruto!" Naruto yelled out. The sound of swirling chakra and 1,000 chirping birds. Boruto was running towards it yet again, falling Kagaya, who looked like she actually took damage for once. Naruto was inches away from her when Kagaya threw a bone knife straight for Boruto, however he was not harmed. For in the last second, Naruto had appeared before Boruto in a flash and while touching Boruto, simultaneously marked Kagaya and flashed behind her. Do it. Flashback. My own Rasengan. Boruto thought in awe. Of course, you have already mastered the variants of Rasengan. It's time to add your own element to it, Naruto said. Just like your race in Shuriken? Boruto asked in complete glee. Exactly, though, Sasuke has already trained your lightning affinity, so you'll get right to adding the lightning chakra to your Rasengan. Hours later. 2chan. Look, I've got it halfway there. Boruto shouted. Good, that's my boy. What should we call it? We'll call it. Flashback end. Rasengan. Boruto yelled, hitting Kagaya dead on. How could I be pushed this far by you mere mortals? Kagaya was pierced straight through her abdomen and then launched straight away by the attack. A cutting, grinding, and blasting jutsu. Yosh, Boruto, you know what we must do. Of course, 2chan. Naruto cupped a hand and formed a Kyuubi enhanced Senin Chakra Rasengan. Boruto did the same and the chakras came together forming a reddish-purple Supreme Deluxe Rasengan. Let's avenge your mother. Boruto nodded with tears streaming from his eyes. They both charged towards Kagaya who launched Kodamas straight for the father-son duo. However, upon contact they all shattered instantaneously, leaving Naruto and his son to keep charging forward. Before Kagaya could teleport away, Naruto teleported to her position and they hit Kagaya spot on. No. Ah. She flew up and towards the sky and exploded in a burst of colors. We did it. No, she's still alive, just what can we do? What do you mean? Didn't you just see what we did? Naruto, she's immortal, the only way to get rid of her is to seal her away. No way. There is a way, Naruto, a sudden voice seemed to call out to him. Naruto froze immediately when he heard the voice he thought to be gone. Rikido Jiji. Thank goodness you're here. Naruto, please listen. I will bestow upon you the power of both the sun and the moon. That way, you will be able to seal my mother. However, you'll also need some extra help. Sasuke, Itachi, Shisui, Obito, and the other 8-tailed beasts all gave him their powers and chakra. NGH. Naruto grunted at the sudden absorption of the power. Amazing, Boruto exclaimed. Naruto, will you claim back the power of the sun? Of course, I am ready. Naruto placed his hand on the Rikudo's hand and finally had the other half of the sage's power. Now go. Osu? Naruto said. Naruto disappeared out of his mindscape and opened his eyes, filled with power. He activated his Ashura mode, he also had his left eye consisting of the Choku Tomo Sharingan, with a Rinnegan on his right eye, with only 3 Tomo. Kodamas appeared around his back, ready to be used at all times. Naruto, stay out of this, it's now my fight. Kagaya had emerged out of her rest and had wide eyes when she saw Naruto. Damn you Hagoromo. Naruto began to walk towards Kagaya very slowly. If you're going to seal me away, then you're going down with me. Kagaya yelled as she activated her third eye's secret ability. Naruto froze and was immediately caught in the bending of space-time. What's happening? Naruto thought frantically. Naruto used his Rinnegan to bring Kagaya to him. Bansho Tenin. Naruto yelled. He lifted both palms and they made contact with her. No. Kagaya yelled as her energy dispersed once again, leaving Naruto to absorb the rest of her chakra. The Byakugan was a new addition to his set of eyes, which he could switch between his normal azure eyes. However, he was still caught in the space-time warp and was slowly being sucked into the hole. Naruto, you're now Hokage, alert the other villages and know that I am proud of you. 2chan. Boruto yelled as Naruto was finally sucked up into the vortex. Kurama, what's going on? Naruto asked. She sent us to another dimension at the cost of her third eye, Kurama replied. What do you mean? It's the same with using the Kinjutsu Izanami and Izanagi. She goes blind in one eye but regains that eye eventually after a complete lifetime without her chakra. Those are some heavy setbacks there. Though, it was a mistake on her part. Boruto would have taken her down, lickety-split Naruto said. She did say she was taking you down with her. Also, we're being sent to a whole new universe. The travel is affecting your age. Before Naruto could reply, he suddenly was pulled into another bending of space-time. It was just a normal day for everyone. People talking, big bright light shining in the middle of the sky. Wait, what? AI? Naruto yelled as he fell out of the warp and landed on the ground with a thud. Geez, such hard landing. Huh? Naruto realized where he was and the place didn't look familiar to him at all. Ria's Pav. That's weird, I felt a great power that surpassed that of the 4 great Maos, yet it suddenly disappeared, Ria's mused in her bath. Surzich's Pav. What on earth, this power is unbelievably endless, not even Office can hold a candle to this power. I felt it too, master. Graphia said. To feel this much power from the human world. Graphia, we are going to pay a visit to the human world very soon. Hi, Surzich's-sama. Naruto Pav. So guys, where are we? Naruto, what makes you think we know any more than you do? We're in the same boat as you, Kurama said. Good point. I guess for now I'll just explore. It feels weird to be back in my 17-year-old body. Well, at least I'm not any younger. I'd have to work for everything once again. Naruto was walking around and started gaining some attention from the girls. Is this how Sasuke felt? It's actually kind of annoying. He came upon a fountain area just in time to notice what was about to happen. Just moments ago. Hey, Issei-kun. What is it, Yuma-chan? Can you listen to my request? What's your request? Would you mind dying for me right now? Sorry, could you please repeat that? Can you please die right now? Yuma sprouted the wings of a fallen angel and gained an evil glint in her eyes. The past couple of days I spent with you, I had a lot of fun. What's going on? Issei thought in fearful confusion. Is that a spear? Yuma threw the light spear straight at Issei, aiming for his instant death. Present. Before it could reach Issei, Naruto miraculously caught the spear. This surprised both the crazed fallen angel and Issei. Who is this? Yuma thought in frustration. Whoa, this spear stings a bit, how annoying, Naruto thought, sparing a glance at the irritated Yuma. Who are you? Yuma screamed. The question is, what are you? Are those wings? This sure is one weird world, Naruto complained. Ah, so you're a human. Impossible, there is no way a human should have been able to catch that spear, let alone hold it for as long as you've held it. Well, I'll have you know, I am no mere human. The name's Naruto Uzumaki, Hokage of the Konoha no Sado, and a god to shinobi. Any last words, you freak of nature? Freak of, I'll kill you. However, Naruto appeared behind her immediately and whispered straight into her ear. You'll have to catch me first. With that, he disappeared once again, just in time to appear behind her when she turned around. Naruto lifted up his hand and delivered a fast, hard chop to the fallen angel's neck. NGH. Yuma fell to the ground and into unconsciousness. Naruto turned around to the boy who was still shivering in his terrible outfit. Are you okay? Naruto asked. The boy just nodded, still at a loss for words at what he just witnessed. Am I dreaming? Issei thought as he felt he was going insane. Oh, looks like someone interesting is coming. Well, stranger no baka, I guess I'll see you later, you are now in good hands, Naruto said as he disappeared in a swirl of leaves. Oh, well wait, what did you just call me? Naruto just chuckled, finally disappearing. Rias arrived just in time, appearing from her magic circle. When she saw Issei completely unharmed, she was completely confused as she was sure he should be on the ground, bleeding to death. That's weird, how'd you survive the attack from that fallen angel? Rias asked Issei. Oh, great, just when I think this dream doesn't get any weirder, my dream girl appears out of nowhere, Issei said in a bit of mental tone. Rias just sighed before slapping Issei in the face to wake him up. Ow. Hey, what was that for? There, you feel pain, so you aren't dreaming. Now, you still haven't answered my question. How are you still alive? Oh, well, this guy about the same age as you appeared out of nowhere and took down that my girl her laying over there unconscious. Could that mysterious boy be the source of the great power I felt for a short instance? Rias thought deeply, not noticing that the fallen angel had woken up to the world of the conscious. Hey. She's getting back up. Rias turned swiftly and abruptly, only noticed feathers behind the already fleeing Yuma. Whatever, Issei, I have a request for you. Don't tell me you want me to die too. Issei shouted in complete hysterical anger. No, would you like to become a part of my peerage? Disclaimer. Refer to chapter 1. You want me to join a what? Issei asked, a bit confused. I asked would you like to be a part of my peerage, where we devils fight together against the fallen angels and angels, Rias responded. Well, what happens if I say no? Issei asked, nervous that Rias might kill him. It means that you're not the one I am looking for. I should also mention that you have the right of choice. I am sorry you couldn't join us, have a nice night, Rias said as she disappeared via magic circle. Why do I feel like I should have agreed to her offer? Issei asked. Naruto Pav. So let me get this straight. You're saying that I should go back to school, where I failed. Are you guys insane? No way am I going to waste my life on school again. Naruto said to his fellow Biju. Naruto, after absorbing the chakra of each Uchiha as well as Kagaya's, you also gained their intellect. So you're probably as smart, if not as knowledgeable, as everyone here. Unless they are just that advanced a race, if that is the case, you will be a fast learner. You have to learn everything you can about this world. It could give us a clue on how to get back. You know, it's a good thing I have you guys. I don't think I'd make it far here, no matter how strong I am. I guess the smarts you're talking about hasn't kicked in yet. So, where am I going to find this school? Look to your left, Baka Kurama said. Naruto glanced to his left and noticed the word Kuo Academy. Well, what do you know? I actually managed to come across one. Well, let's see, first I'm going to need some parents. Naruto, without using a hand sign, willed two transformed Kage Bunshin clones, who transformed into Kushina and Minato. You guys know what to do, Naruto ordered. Looks like it certainly is kicking in, Naruto, Isobu, the Three-Tails said. Fortunately, it wasn't too long after school hours, so registration was still possible. Naruto and his parents walked into the schoolyard and noticed how fancy everything was. This is a bit much, Naruto said. You there? It's past school hours, so unless you're here for after-school activities, I suggest you skedaddle, one of the staff members suggested rather sternly. Actually, we're here to enroll him into this school, Minato said. Oh, well, you're just in time. I'm sorry about being a bit rude, young one. Come, the office for registration is this way. Damn right you're sorry, Naruto thought, a bit irked. The staff member led Naruto and his parents into the main office and brought them to the front desk. Just grab those papers up front, sign them, and he'll be on his way. Thank you very much, Kushina said. Since this was a private school, Naruto would have to make payments in order to stay enrolled from time to time. Luckily, ever since he obtained both the powers of yin and yang, he was able to master the use of yin-yang release, allowing him to create things out of nothing, with limits of course. Sorry, we're not from around here, so we have several currencies prepared. Do you mind if we could know and see the type of currency just so we can be sure? Minato asked. Certainly, the woman at the front desk said before she showed them bills and coins and told them that it's called yen. Yosh. Now, just a little abracadabra and poof. Naruto thought as he created the required amount of yen needed to pay the enrollment fees, of course without being detected. Naruto, you know you could have just used Jinjutsu to make it seem like everything is in order, why didn't you do that? Shukaku asked, a bit confused. Well, I thought I'd get a head start on practicing my new powers now. Also, for some reason, I am not able to do certain things. For example, I can't activate any Dijutsu right now. Yet, I am still able to use Ashura mode, Sennin mode, and so on. So, I guess I'll just have to retrain my body up to the point where it can handle the usage of my new powers. It's because he is not able to use an ounce of the Uchiha power ever since we entered this universe. It'd seem the Juubi did not want to share his side of the powers, which was the Uchiha prowess. So, if we don't get the Juubi to comply, Naruto, you won't even be able to use the power of the moon. Kurama explained. Well, that does it, we can't wait to see you start tomorrow, Mr. Uzumaki. Here's your schedule, as well as a map of the school, so you don't get lost. Thank you, Naruto replied as he made his way out of the administration building. So, what now? First, I should probably find a place to hunker down. Second, I should find a secluded place to train up my skills. Well, if I wasn't a Fuinjutsu master, creating a pocket dimension would be problematic. However, it's a good thing I am. Now, let's find a place. Well, this apartment isn't too costly and isn't much, but it'll do, Naruto mused to himself quietly. His apartment was pretty average size, but was much larger compared to his previous apartment. It was a 500 square feet apartment that was 10 feet high. The walls were all white and all of the floor was tatami mats. He also had a balcony to get a good view of another person's wall that blocked a mesmerizing view, so it wasn't all that useful. Other than that, he had nothing in his apartment. Sure could use some paper and ink, looks like I gotta go back to another store, this is just great. Let's go on another adventure, I was getting kinda bored anyway, Naruto said once again to himself. Ria's pav. But you. Hurry, we don't have much time until nightfall. Akeno yelled. Akeno Himejima, a young woman with a buxom figure that had long black hair and violet eyes. Her hair was tied in a long ponytail that reached all the way down to her legs, with an orange ribbon tying it together. Okay, Akeno, just give me a second, Rias responded, gathering what was left of the outfit she bought. Rias Gremory, a beautiful young girl, with white skin, blue-green eyes, and also has a buxom figure. She had noticeable crimson hair that reached all the way down to her thighs, with one strand sticking out on her head. Her hair also has loose bangs covering her forehead and side bangs framing her, just like Akeno, commonly wears the Kuo Academy school uniform. They both were currently out shopping for outfits and were just about ready to finish up. Rias was a bit preoccupied with choosing which outfit was best to get and leaving Akeno to wait for her outside the market. Finally, they were both done and were making their way back to the clubhouse. Coincidentally, they had both witnessed Naruto walking past them and had no second thought about the boy, however something about Naruto made Rias turn around. It's as if she sees something that she once saw in Issei. What happened next completely boggled Ria's mind. Naruto had cast a quick glance back, smirked, and continued on his way. What boggled Ria's mind was how he managed to catch on to the fact that she was staring at her, of all the people he passed by, and smirked at her. Something is off about him, Ria's thought suspiciously. Akeno, did you notice something about that blonde-haired boy? Ria's asked. Well, he did seem quite delicious, if that's what you mean, Akeno said rather erotically, while licking her lips. That, ahem, and the fact that I sensed some kind of power from him that was not of this world. It's as if he's come from galaxies far from our own, Ria said. That's a bit much, but you remember what happened last time you thought that someone had the power of the Longina sacred gear. He turned out to be another failure. Don't get your hopes up with this one, Akeno suggested. Maybe you're right, I should just forget about it. Naruto pav. Naruto, you might want to take a look in your mindscape, Kurama said. What's going on? Naruto asked. Just hurry up already. ROARRR. Whoa, it seems you guys are in the middle of a battle. Naruto disappeared quickly to a random rooftop. He created a clone on standby, just in case anyone tried anything. After seeing that fallen angel, he doesn't want to take his chances. Naruto's mindscape. Naruto was expecting to appear in the usual sewer, but he was met with a foggy, dazzling meadow, with hills, ponds, trees, and mountains. Naruto saw the 9 Bijuu staring up at what looked to be a black dragon. Kurama, what's going on? Naruto asked nervously, as he was watching the stare-off between the Bijuu and the mysterious dragon. It would seem that our traveling to this world has brought the attention of this respectable creature, Naruto, Kurama said as he motioned for Naruto to greet the dragon. Hello there. HMPH, I see you're my new and only container, it's a pleasure to meet you, the dragon said, as it bowed its head. Wait, what do you mean only container? Naruto asked confusedly. Well, only those who have the ability to bend space-time have even managed to detect my presence, yet you were literally caught up in the bending of space-time. I so happened to be present near you and was also caught up in the bending, but it was so strong a force that I was sucked up into you. Tell me, how did you create such a powerful warp? Wow, Kurama, was that jutsu that powerful? It would seem so, that warp was the result of a technique used by a god from our world, Kurama explained. I see, well, I take it your name is Naruto. My name is Kairos, the legendary dragon of time. Nice to meet ya. Say Kurama, where is the Juubi? I know there were 2 copies ever since the god tree was regrown, which must be the reason why Kagaya had returned so suddenly, Naruto asked. It's holed up in that cave over there and sulking because of the fact that he's stuck in another human. I sympathize with him, I'd rather much be outside conquering those filthy humans than sit here in this place. It's all your fault. Who is this Juubi you speak of? Kairos asked. It's the strongest Bijuu of us all. You could say we Bijuu are sort of like dragons in this universe. Well, the Juubi is the combination of all 9 Bijuu. So you can imagine that it has immeasurable power. If what you say is true, why are you not all one being? Well, somehow, these 2 mysterious people from the Utsutsuki clan managed to create another god tree, which they regrew from the partial chakras they got from each of us. So, now there are essentially 2 god trees. I see. So, I guess I'll see you guys later, gotta take care of some errands, Naruto said as he disappeared. Roof of random building. Naruto opened his eyes and noticed nothing had gone wrong during the time he was in his mindscape. He also noted his clone was slurping on some ramen. What a great bodyguard he was to up and leave his original to possible assassination. Naruto dispelled the bunchen as soon as it was done eating. Looks like dinner was already served, Naruto said. Naruto finally had a plethora of Fuinjutsu materials that he could create many seals with, especially storage scrolls, which used to hold all of his materials. I can finally make my kunai, which I could just create out of nothing. Wow, why didn't I use that for the scrolls? Oh well. Naruto arrived at his apartment and got straight to constructing his own pocket dimension, which using his large chakra reserves would expand and maintain so that it doesn't wear out. He was planning to have 1 cage bunchen in there at all times, either training in Senjutsu, Yin-Yang release, or just about anything else that he needs training in. At least one that is. After a few minutes, he finished the rather intricate-looking seal and pumped some chakra into it, creating the dimension and bringing himself inside it. Now, let's get to work. Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto yelled as 2,000 clones poofed into existence. First, he had split 4 of them into 4 groups to work on the other 4 elements, strengthen them so that he could eventually use Kekkei Jinkase, Taudas, and create Gadamas at will eventually without having to activate his cloak. They worked on that for hours on end until they unwillfully dispelled, causing Naruto to pass out as he was also training rigorously on Yin-Yang release, creating a bunch of kunai for his Hiraishin. When he woke up, he made sure to leave a cage bunshin and went outside to make sure he is not late for his first day. Once he made it outside, he noticed it was already daylight, so panicking, he checked his schedule and noticed that he had an hour to make it to school ready. He also noted that he had to wear that uniform as well. Well, better go take a shower before I head out, Naruto said to himself. Once Naruto was done, he noticed he had some time, so he went to go check how things were going on inside the dimension. When he appeared inside, he noticed that his bunshin had created thousands of more bunshins and were working on variants on Rasengan, Taijutsu, as well as Genjutsu. Well, I'll leave you guys to it then. Naruto yelled, earning a nod from each bunshin before he disappeared back into the real world. Kuo Academy was crowded with students filing in for their much-dreaded classes. As usual, the occult research club would walk in, starting with Kiba, Kaneko, then Akeno and Rias. Everyone constantly cheered on and kept calling after their handsome and gorgeous senpais. Time went on and eventually everyone was preparing to go to class as the school bell was close to ringing. Naruto finally walked through the front gate and he immediately caught the attention of the girls. Every single one had heart-shaped eyes and kept drooling while they stared at Naruto. Man, not again. I don't really want to draw attention to myself. Wow, when I was younger that's all I ever wanted was attention. Now, it's kinda getting on my nerves. Whoa, we have a new student. He's super hot. Do you think he's single? Go talk to him. No, you go talk to him. Naruto's eyebrows twitched at the comments he could hear. Better just hurry up on out of here, Naruto thought irritatedly. Rias was staring at the occult research window longingly when she spotted a mop of blonde hair. She thought the boy that was wearing the Kuo uniform to be vaguely familiar. However, when he turned around and azure eyes met blue-green eyes, she knew immediately who he was. It's him. He's actually at our school. Rias thought as her expression changed to that of disbelief. Naruto just waved at her with a grin and continued trying to find his first hour. Rias turned around and was met with Akeno's curious gaze. What's gotten into you Butchu? Akeno asked. He's here, the boy that we saw yesterday when we were out shopping, Rias said excitedly. This has got to mean something. Maybe he really is the one I've been searching for. Rias, I've already told you not to get your hopes up, it's probably coincidence that he's suddenly enrolled at our school, Akeno reasoned. Rias just turned to stare out the window, contemplating what this all meant. Okay class, today we have. Blah, blah, murmur. A new student. Blah, blah, murmur. And I hope you can hey. Shut up. Everyone closed their mouths immediately, waiting for their sensei to start talking. Okay, like I said, today we have a new student and I hope you can all give him a big warm welcome to Kuo Academy. Everyone started talking when the door opened and in walked Naruto Uzumaki. Well son, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? No problem. Hello everyone, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, I like ramen and I dislike having to wait to eat ramen and my dream is to be the best person that I can be and help anyone out in need. Naruto said as he raised a fist in the air. Every girl's heart fluttered at Naruto's flawless introduction and began to cheer and clap. Hi, Naruto-sama. One girl yelled. Naruto-sama. Hi. Shut up. Take a seat kid next to Ria's Gremory, raise your hand. If only he knew we're pretty close in age Naruto thought irked. Hi, sensei, Ria said as she raised her hand. Naruto noticed the hand and walked over to the desk to her left, taking a seat. As soon as Naruto took a seat, Rias immediately sparked up a conversation with Naruto. Hello Naruto, Rias said with genuine smile. Naruto raised an eyebrow at this, but just decided to go along with it. Hello there gorgeous, Naruto said with a wink. This made Rias blush immediately and look down to hide her blatant blush. This caused every girl to look at the two with jealousy in their eyes, thought not as hateful, due to it being Ria's Gremory that was receiving Naruto's undivided attention. It's nice to meet you Rias. Rias turned to Naruto and shook his hand. Likewise, Rias replied with a pleased smile on her face. It seems you two are getting along fine, Akeno said from behind Naruto, making him jump at her hands, touching his shoulder seductively. Hello there, and your name is? Naruto asked a bit uncomfortably. Akeno. Don't touch Naruto that way. Rias said with a pout. Oh, could be that you'd want to touch Naruto in such an indecent way. Akeno asked which made Rias stutter and mumble. Well, I was just, Rias mumbled. So your name is Akeno, huh? Nice to meet you, Naruto said as he held out his hand, making all the girls and Rias pout in jealousy, while the guys growled at Naruto effortlessly gaining all the girls' interest, even the beautiful queens of Kuo. Oh my, such a gentleman, but that's okay Naruto-kun. I wouldn't mind it if you were a bit more rough with me, if you know what I mean, Akeno said with a wink. Naruto immediately turned around and started to pay attention to class with a huge blush on his face. Keno, stop that, Naruto's not interested in you. He's into more mature woman. Ria said with a huff. We'll see about that, but you. Class ended and Naruto finally got a chance to take a break. Finally, away from all that tiring attention. Now, all I got to do is sit down and… Naruto-sama. Oh, for the love of can I ever catch a break. Naruto noticed that Akeno and Rias were too, hoping to get a seat next to him, so he ran for it. Oh, it looks like Naruto ran as soon as he saw you walking towards him, but you, Akeno teased. Ugh, more like it was because of your creeping him out that he left, Rias fumed. Naruto finally made it out of sight before he disappeared and appeared at the top of the roof. Man, just what is with those girls? Naruto asked aloud. School finally ended and Naruto was finally heading home. Thank goodness, I don't know if I can take much more of Kai. And Naruto-sama. Naruto thought as he was walking home and came upon a dirt path. However, he sensed an evil presence nearby that was tailing him. Naruto, Kurama warned. Bokata Naruto thought eager to test out his skills. Naruto turned around, immediately addressing the threat head-on. Whoever is there, come out now. I'd rather not play an endless game of tag, now, Naruto warned threateningly. My, it's no wonder you defeated Rainer with one hit. You detected my presence flawlessly. Now, why don't I show you how to really mask your presence, Naruto said disappearing out sight completely. Ria's pav. I'm sure Naruto-kun was heading this way, Ria said as she was currently stalking Naruto. Ah, there he is. Wait a second, that's a fallen angel. This is good, I'll watch to see if he's strong enough on his own, and even if he dies, I'll revive him to be a part of my peerage. Now, show me what you have been hiding this whole time, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto pav. Naruto immediately appeared behind the fallen angel and kicked him down to the ground, creating a crater. He followed up with a smashing kick to the abdomen, causing the fallen angel to cough up blood. Naruto cracked his neck while walking forward slowly. Are you done already? Naruto asked haughtily. At that exact moment, the fallen angel threw a light spear straight at Naruto, but Naruto dodged by leaning to the right and catching it with his hand. I'm getting bored, sayonara. Naruto said before skewering the fallen angel to the ground, effectively killing him. Well, that was easier than I thought. I guess there is no real challenge yet anyway, Naruto said disappointedly. All of a sudden, Naruto heard clapping from behind him. He saw that it was none other than Rias Gremory, who to his assumption, just witnessed the whole battle. That was remarkable, Naruto-kun, Rias said. Kun? Naruto thought. Rias, you didn't see anything did you? Naruto asked nervously. Don't worry, I am not a human. In fact, I am what you could call a devil. So, whatever you're hiding is safe with me. Rias said. What's a devil? Naruto asked. You're kidding, right? Naruto just shook his head, signaling that he hadn't the slightest clue what she might be referring to. Well, let's just say that there are devils, fallen angels, and angels. Basically, that person you just fought was part of the fallen angel faction. Ria sprouted her wings, and Naruto noticed that they were more bat-like. I am a devil, and we fight against both fallen angels and angels. However, fallen angels are our main concern as of right now. Now there are higher-ups, or more powerful beings that lead these factions. God is known as the leader of the angel faction, Satan is known as the leader of us devils, and the Grigori, mainly Azazel, is the leader of the fallen angels. Following so far? Yes, and that is just weird. I've never heard of these angels or devils that you speak of. Well, now you know, and there's another matter I would like to discuss elsewhere. Would you mind accompanying me there? No, of course now, though, why don't we just teleport there like you usually do? Rias was immediately embarrassed as she thought she was figured out. I just don't have enough energy. Yeah. So, I wanted to walk there instead. I also thought that we could go on that we could rest somewhere so I can rejuvenate, Rias said rather nervously. Are you sure you don't mean a date? Riaschan? Naruto asked teasingly. Yes. I mean no. Moo, Naruto-kun, you're so mean. So, is that a no? Well. Come on, I'll take you to a cafe or something. Okay. Rias replied immediately. So, they did go to a cafe indeed. However, they ended up doing much more than that. In the end, Naruto and Rias took walks around the city and enjoyed one another's company. Naruto answered any questions Rias had about himself, but avoided giving hints that he was from another world. While Rias answered any questions Naruto had about Rias. Naruto didn't want to tell her just yet that he was from an entirely different universe, but he knew that eventually, he would have to tell not only her, but anyone that he deems important enough to know such information. Well, looks like we ended up spending more time than was intended, Naruto said as he sighed. It was because it was so fun to spend time with you, Naruto-kun. Ria said as her shoulder brushed his lightly, making Naruto blush. Okay, well, we should get going. You're right, we don't have time to walk there, so we'll just teleport there via magic circle. Oh, you're not a devil, are you? How'd you figure? Naruto asked. I can't sense any yokai energy from you, so I assumed you must have been trained harshly in martial arts. Tell me, what style did you learn? There's no human style I've heard of that enhances your latent athleticism to be able to jump distances you have yourself. Also, it seems you were barely affected by the light spear, something that boggles even my mind, Ria said as she eyed Naruto suspiciously. Naruto just looked away from Ria's with his eyebrows furrowing. Well, I'm sure it'll all make sense soon enough, I know we just met, so I'll let you go this time. Naruto let out a long sigh of relief and just opted to find his way back to school himself. You do know that I am going to get there before you, right? We'll see, Naruto said as he disappeared in a flash of orange. This left Rias completely shocked because she did not expect Naruto to be capable of teleportation, let alone a method that far exceeds that of the use of magic circles. He definitely isn't human, no human just disappears out of thin air. I'll get it out of him one way or another. Rias thought as she teleported as well via magic circle to the Occult Research Club's quarters. When Rias had arrived at the living room, she saw Naruto sleeping peacefully, sprawled on one of the couches. I guess he could sleep for a bit longer. Just then, the Gremory teleportation circle had appeared right behind Rias and out came Surziches and Grafia. Ani-san. What are you doing here? Rias asked quite surprised. We felt a great power from the human world and we guessed you probably had something to do with it, Surziches explained urgently. I also felt it, but there hasn't been a sign of anyone wreaking havoc anywhere. It just appeared and disappeared just as fast. So far, I haven't detected that power anywhere. I see. Wait, who is that? Surziches motioned to the sleeping Naruto. Rias, don't tell me you're dating this man. No, well we kinda went on a date, but no. You know you're already engaged to Riser. This marriage is important for the devil world and you know that. No. I want to be able to choose who I will marry. You guys can't force that bastard onto me. It is for your benefit as well as for all the devils, Rias, Grafia interjected. Rias just huffed and crossed her arms under her chest. So, who is that really? I assume that he isn't here for your little cover-up club, is he? No, I found that he is quite the powerful human and is probably more than capable than low-class devil. I wouldn't put it against him to be a high-class devil either, Ria said. Oh? You're that confident in him? Well, shall we test that confidence? Eh? What do you mean? I'd like to see if this boy is the source of that power. You may not sense it, but I sense a Long-Ina sacred gear within this boy. He has to be the one, and I am going to see for myself. Surziches teleported everyone including Naruto to a forest clearing in the underworld. This managed to wake Naruto up and he looked around, taking notice of the absence of his couch. Hey. Who woke me up? Naruto asked groggily. I did, Surziches said in an intimidating voice. Naruto just stared at him before barely dodging a punch aimed straight for his face. Hey. What's the big idea? I just want to see how strong you really are and to see if my suspicions are correct. What does that even? However, Naruto was cut off from a hard bone-cracking punch to the gut. Naruto coughed out spit and was sent flying hundreds of feet away from the area, crashing into trees in the process. It doesn't seem like he's all what I expected him to be, oh well, good fig. Surziches was cut off from a punch to the face that sent him a few feet away. You should always make sure to finish the job. Looks like you took me too lightly, stranger who looks like Rias. I must admit, that actually kinda stung. You definitely aren't a human. So, what say we continue this match? Surziches phased out of vision and attempted a kick at Naruto's side, but he blocked it and aimed for a swing to his head. Surziches managed to duck under the attack and attempted at a roundhouse kick, which Naruto dodged and ended up doing a 720-degree corkscrew before landing a kick straight to Surziches' head. His fell straight to the ground. This kid has a lot more power than I gave him credit for. Surziches once again phased out vision once again, even for Naruto, and sent Naruto flying with an uppercut. He then charged up a bowl of destruction, aiming straight for Naruto. However, Naruto suddenly disappeared and not a second later was Surziches sent flying away, crashing into trees and boulders. Don't you think that is enough? I think you've seen just what you were hoping to see, Naruto said as Surziches was walking towards him, smirking. You're definitely strong, though I am surprised you were able to take me out without having to use your sacred gear. Oh, that, I won't need that against you. Even if I was trying really hard against you without it, I have other tricks up my sleeve. Well Rias, I agree that he is at least at the level of a middle-class devil. I guess we should expect much assistance from you Naruto-kun. Well then, I bid you farewell, Rias, and you as well, Naruto-kun. With that, Surziches and Grafia had teleported back to their mansion, leaving Naruto and Rias to return back to the human world. Naruto had finally returned back to his apartment and immediately went to his pocket dimension. When he entered the dimension, he was surprised to see that he had improved on the amount of cage bunshin he could utilize for this type of training. 5 groups were working on the 5 elements, while 3 groups were working on lava style, ice style, and wood style. 1 group was working on increasing the size capacity of Rasengan, while 2 more groups were working on more variants for the Rasengan. 1 group was working on yin-yang release and another was working on Taijutsu. He noticed that none were working on Taijutsu or Jinjutsu. Maybe Kurama will have an answer. An answer to what? Kurama asked as Naruto entered his mindscape. Why am I not able to use any of the Taijutsu I was given? I thought I already told you that in order to unlock those jutsu, you'd have to gain the Jubi as an ally. Currently, he has yet to unlock the powers that he has kept from you. Oh yeah, now I remember. Well, what do we do then? Well, you're going to have to go talk to it. And we both know how that is going to end up. Well, that's a risk I'll just have to take. You'll have to use more than just a sure mode against it. I'll figure something out. Naruto had walked into the cave where he finally took notice of the 10 swirling tails, but he saw no blood-red eyes. What does a filthy human like you want with a god like me? The Jubi asked as it slowly opened its eyes. Its tama were swirling slowly and it slowly rose up. I need your help, I can't do this without you, I need you to cooperate with me if you're willing to. Naruto had to dodge a claw to the body. He was sticking to the ceiling, staring down defiantly at the Jubi. Really? You're not even going to respond. The Jubi used its 10 tails to attempt to swipe at Naruto, but Naruto had already activated Sennin mode, thanks to his training, it took less time to absorb it. Now. Naruto thought as he formed the famous cross sign, dispelling all of his clones and gaining all the experience. He was forced to Hiraishin before he was drained of nearly all of his Sennin chakra due to it healing him rapidly from the damage and exhaustion received. Now come out of your hiding place, you pig. Boom. The Jubi had blasted the cave with a Bijuadama. I'm not done with you just yet, you cretin. Come and get me. Naruto said as he used the last of his Sennin chakra to form a supermassive Rasen shuriken, enhanced with Kurama's chakra. Take this. Naruto yelled. However, the Jubi just swallowed his Rasen shuriken, effectively absorbing the chakra. He just made me look so much more weaker than I actually am right now. Good luck against that thing, kid. Even I'd have a tough time against that beast and would probably lose, Kairo said a bit fearful for its container's safety. Naruto had activated his Assure mode and took hold of one of his Godamas. Don't worry, I won't go down so easy. Naruto appeared above the Jubi and zipped down, delivering a bone-crushing punch to its skull, making it scream in pain before he punched it straight away into the pile of rubble that was once its cave. He then formed an ultimate massive lava-style Rasen Shuriken 1 step higher above a supermassive Rasengan, which is equal to 5 of them combined, and launched it straight for the Jubi. It hit dead on, making it scream in agony as it was enveloped in a high-temperature chakra beatdown. That'll give me just enough time too. The Jubi had blasted the energy apart with its laser-style Bijudama. Well shit. It'll take more than that to even tickle me, weakling. It was nice knowing you, Naruto. And you furball. Fine, let's see you handle this then. Naruto had already marked the Jubi, so there was no need for kunai. Haju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto said as 1,000 clones phased into existence. Each one formed the snake seal and tested out their Biju taming jutsu. Mokuton. Chao Jukai Countin. Each Bunshin said in unison. That's a good way to take it down, even all of us pitted together against him wouldn't be able to go up against that, Kurama commented. The Jubi was immediately wrapped in branches and vines, but even when it tried fighting its way out of the bindings, it kept on getting worse. You dare use my latent element against me? I'll pulverize you, cretin. It formed another super-sized Bijudama and blasted it all over the jutsu. However, more just kept coming its way. Now. Naruto used a Shukaku's Fuin Jutsu to add on to his Rasengan. Ultimate Massive Rasengan. Naruto yelled as he hit the Jubi head-on, effectively sealing its movements. Ah, I can't move. The seals covered all of its body and Naruto blasted the Jubi away with the amazing force of his new variant. All the 1,000 of Narutos appeared around the Jubi in a Kyuubi transformation. You concede. The Jubi roared before countering the seal and breaking away from all of the branches. Like I said, entertain me more, human. The Jubi clapped its hands together before the whole place started to shake. Oh great, it's going to use the Cataclysm Jutsu, we're fucked. Kurama said before hightailing it out of the area. Not on my watch. Mokuton. Constricting Shimetsuk, Jukai Countin. The bunch of tree-sized vines wrapped around the Jubi, effectively trying to constrict it of its movements. Now shut it. Naruto launched countless amounts of ultimate massive Bijuadama Rasen shurikens, with Shukaku's seal added to every single one, making the sealing that much stronger. Bijuubi shouted in agony, as it definitely felt some damage from that, and Naruto prevented the jutsu from being activated. Every bunshin had disappeared, and Naruto landed on the ground breathing heavily. How about now? Impossible, I was defeated once again. Damn right, you were, Naruto said exhaustedly before deactivating Ashura mode and falling on his back. That was one heck of a battle. So, what do you want? All I want is to be able to use your powers, please, I need your power. I have already proved myself worthy, what more must I do to earn your trust? Just listen to him, I sure as hell haven't regretted it, Kurama stated. How can you fellow Biju listen to a human? What makes you think he won't turn our back on us now? You just have to trust him. We're here now, aren't we? Trust me, there is more to Naruto than meets the eye. He already proved his worth by defeating you. Fine, but I will have you know that I will rise to power once more and defeat you and finally be free. Hey Kurama, that's a nice view, how do you get it like that? I have my ways. You're not even listening. There you go, second chapter. I know, it was a lame ending, but I'm getting quite tired and want to post the update tonight. So, if you guys have anything to say about the story so far, feel free to drop a review. Chapter 3. Hello again everyone. I'd like to first start off by saying that I know a lot of people were, once again, disappointed, while a lot were pleased and some were kind of in the middle. I understand that I am not the best writer around, but I just thought I'd share my ideas and fantasies with you all, even if I could have done much better. I am glad all of you decided to even check it out. Okay, so, I will continue by answering some of your reviews. Lord Goststriker. First, he can only one-shot people like Yuma and fodder devils and fallen angels. Someone like Office, Azazel, heck, even someone like Vali would take more than a couple of hits. Second, Naruto will not be in the peerage, but will be considered a part of it, if that made sense. Basically, he'll enter a peerage without having to be a devil, meaning yes, he will take part in the raiding games. Also, with regards to the last point, I kind of nerfed his powers a bit since in his base form, he could easily take on at least 2 of them out solo, which would make the whole series boring. Next, he does not have a means by which he can teleport out of the dimension he is in. Sure, he has the Chokutamo Sharingan, but even then, he doesn't know how to activate the secret jutsu, and it will be later explained why he won't be able to in this chapter. Any other jutsu in his arsenal can't help him with that. Naruto was only around his late 30s to early 40s, calm down bro. Also, if you think his age hindered him, look at Sarutobi. Dude is older than Gandhi, yet took on 2 cages, as well as Orochimaru. Everyone complaining about no harem. Well, I just think there are too many harems out there and I think being with one person is much better. Atchernit. You made good points and I have nothing to counter against those points you made. Well said. Shaksum. Thanks for letting me know. Silver Flamist. Well then. Devil's Creed. If you combine God Naruto mode with his SG, I am pretty sure he could take on every single supernatural being with both hands tied behind his back and blindfolded. With gravity seals x 100 gravity. And being tied wouldn't matter since he could just use his Kyuubi hands. Disclaimer. Refer to chapter 1. Now that that is out of the way, let's get to the chapter. It was just another day at Kuo Academy. Girls daydreaming and drooling over Kiba and Naruto. Rias and Akeno trying to get Naruto's undivided attention. While Naruto would avoid them altogether. He was now busying himself with studying and learning everything he can about this world. So apparently time travel is impossible, let alone dimension hopping interesting. Naruto-kun. Naruto turned around, seeing Rias with her reading glasses on peeking around his shoulder. What are you doing? She asked. Oh, I am just reading up on things that have interested me about this world. I just can't stop myself from finding an answer to get back, Naruto said, mumbling the last part. Oh, I see that we have a lot of things in common. Although, I'm more of a strategy type of person, so I read up on different things about war and strategic related things, like chess. Knowledge is second on my priority list. Wow, you sure know your stuff. Rias nodded and proceeded to continue her studying by heading back to her table. Naruto was surprised to see that she didn't bother him like she usually does. He assumed boys were probably lower on her priority list since she is not used to being the chaser in the one-way relationship situations. Naruto turned back to the pile of books on things like the 4th dimension traveling, theories on how to travel through different dimensions, the list goes on. Man, I sure studied a lot, but I still haven't found a lead on how to get back. It's not my place to be here. I really need to get back, who knows what is going on back home. Naruto was reaching the gates when he noticed Kiba, the boy who all the girls seemed to ogle at as well, was standing by the gates. Naruto was it. Hello, my name is Kiba and Riaz wants to see you at the clubhouse. I assume you already know where it is. What does she want now? This is really troublesome. That's weird. Fine, see you there, Naruto said as he teleported to the clubhouse. Naruto appeared in the living room and took Kaneko by surprise. However, she only reacted internally, without showing any change in her facial expression. Even if someone was teleporting by magic circle, she would have enough time to prepare herself, but Naruto just appeared without any visual sign. Hello, Naruto greeted. Hi, Kaneko said quietly. Oh, Naruto, I'm glad you came, Riaz said as she came out of the shower. Riaz, I'd like it if you wouldn't change in front of me. Whatever do you mean? Never mind, anyway, why did you call me here? Well, first I wanted to introduce you to my peerage here and now. Kiba had knocked on the door and opened it immediately, defeating the purpose of knocking. You've already met me and Akeno. This is Kaneko Taoju and Kiba Udo. We are all devils, Riaz declared as they all sprouted wings. I still can't get over that, thought Naruto with a sweat drop. Naruto just looked at everyone present in the room. Well, it sure is nice to meet you all. Is that it? You could at least stay for a while, Naruto. We really don't mind your company. But I think you meant that you don't mind his company. But of course, I totally agree with you, Yufufu, Akeno said, as she giggled. Before Riaz could deny what was the truth, she noticed that Naruto had disappeared. Riaz just sighed, dragging herself back to her chair to continue whatever she does when she is not urgently studying. It's not that I hate Riaz, I just need to find a way back. Hey, wait a sec, that's it. Hey, Kairos, I have a question. Naruto asked in his mindscape. I already know what you're going to ask, human, and let me tell you, it won't work. I have the power to work within our universe, but not an alternate universe. So, you could say my power isn't exactly a mature space-time power, but I am still powerful. Darn, looks like that eye technique was really something. Was that really the jutsu that comes with a Rin Sharingan, Kurama? To be honest, it could possibly be a clue to why Kagaya had suddenly appeared in the first place, because the Rin Sharingan never had the ability to transport something universes away, Kurama explained. You're not exactly right, Kurama. There are 12 universes, and each one has a god tree fragment split by an original god tree. So, it would make sense that the Rin Sharingan was able to transport certain entities in and out of those universes. However, the fact that Kagaya Utsutsuki managed to launch that ancient jutsu that can only be used by something like myself is quite problematic, the Juubi explained. Wait, so you're saying there's a god tree in this universe? Naruto asked in complete fear for the thought of anyone getting their hands on the chakra fruit. Exactly, but in this universe, not exactly anywhere close to Earth, the underworld or any other place. It could be anywhere millions of light years away. Luckily, when fragments are in the same universe, something that should have been possible, I can sense its infinite energy, meaning I feel that it's somewhere in the underworld, but no one has been able to find it. Reason being, it cast a powerful genjutsu on the area around it. Only people who can release a genjutsu can enter thought. There are other ways. Well, I better go disintegrate that tree before any of these guys get their hands on it. Because if someone like Surzich's managed to obtain Kagaya's power, I'd have a tough time defeating them. Wait, why don't you just use your power to fling me back to my original dimension? I would, but once one of the fragments used that power, it literally cannot be used for the next 100 years concerning all Rin Sharingan, as it would disrupt the natural flow of space-time. You're kidding, that's really a bummer. Naruto was lost in thought, not noticing that he was walking while conversing with his inner demons. Once he had returned to full consciousness, he had accidentally bumped into someone. Ha! A feminine voice cried out. Naruto realized what had happened and was immediately at her side. I am so sorry, I should have been watching where I was going. Are you okay? He asked. Yes, thank you very much for helping me, my name is Asia, she said. Asia has long blonde hair that flows down to her back, with split bangs over her forehead and a single strand of hair that sticks out and is curves back. She is currently wearing a dark blue nun outfit with a white veil over her head and brown boots. Niceto meet you, Asia, I'm Naruto. So, what's a girl like you doing out here by yourself? Naruto asked. I'm heading to church that I was appointed to in this city, but I got lost on the way. I'm not used to this language so it's a little difficult. No kidding, I could only make out a few parts of what she just said, Naruto thought to himself, assuming the petite girl was sensitive. If you're looking for a church, I wouldn't mind taking you there. Really? The Lord really points the way. Okay, let's. Wag. A childish voice seemed to cry out in pain. Asia immediately made her way toward the crying boy. Are you okay? A boy shouldn't crying over things like this. She cupped her hands over the boy's wound, emitting a green glow as she healed the boy's wound. Interesting, she must have a sacred gear, Naruto thought, intrigued. Right. Your wounds are healed, so you should be fine now. Yashi-kun, where did you go? A woman, probably Yashi's mother, asked in a very concerned manner. Ah, she healed my injury. Yashi said happily while pointing to Asia. The woman gave Asia a sour look, which caused the said nun to pale, her eyes widening. You shouldn't be talking to strange people, let's go. Naruto understood exactly what had happened perfectly. He was starting to clench his fists in anger at the thought of someone else being treated like he was. No matter where I go, there's always someone the same. It's infuriating. Naruto thought as images of Gaara, Lee, his fellow Jinchuriki, and himself appeared in his mind. Hey lady. Naruto began. It's fine, Asia pleaded, grabbing onto Naruto's sleeve. Arigato, Wani-chan. Asia immediately felt some sort of happiness, even if she couldn't understand the language. He said thank you, Naruto explained. Asia just waved at the boy. I get meddlesome sometimes. I'm used to getting treated like that, said Asia. Not wanting to press the painful matter he knew all too well, Naruto decided to talk about something else. So, what was that power you had? It was really awesome. It's my power of healing. It's a power granted to me by God. Wow, she even seems more pure-hearted than those devils, Naruto thought, as an image of a laughing Akeno appeared. I know sacred gears are granted to humans by God, but I just happened to come across mine. Apparently, the other Long-Ina sacred gears have had their beasts tamed and possibly killed. But mine was completely alive. Well, let's go then. Yes, please take care of me. XX time skip. Naruto's apartment XX. Alright, time to check on Naruto stopped in the middle of his talking. Hello, Naruto-kun. Rias greeted joyously, sitting cross-legged on a couch Naruto created with his new powers. Naruto's eyebrow twitched in annoyance, but he took a deep breath. Rias, what are you doing here? Better yet, how did you find my apartment? I followed you home yesterday, but I came today to talk to you. I noticed that you weren't here, so I waited. Naruto just stood there with a deadpan expression of face. Leave. Huh. You're so mean, Naruto-kun. Honestly. I don't have time for this, what do you want? A bit cranky are we? Naruto just grumbled annoyedly in response, proceeding to make himself some ramen while Rias talked. Well, I was wondering if you'd like to come with us on a certain request. What is it? Are you actually interested in going? Rias asked, a bit surprised that he didn't refuse. Sure, why not? Well, we have to slay a stray devil, and before you ask, a stray devil is a devil that has either abandoned or killed their master. Naruto just nodded silently, giving his okay, already finished with his noodles. Rias, come here, Naruto gestured. Rias started to blush and reluctantly nodded. Naruto gave her a hug, which made her even more red in the face. He made sure to mark Rias, since he didn't mark the place where they are going. And have her finding out the trick to my technique now. What's this about, Naruto-kun? Rias managed to stutter. Naruto just smiled and gave her a thumbs up. Rias pouted before she teleported. Naruto also disappeared in a flash of orange as soon as Rias left. Naruto, this is a good chance to see us devils in battle. With that, a one-sided beatdown had passed and Naruto was finally able to return to his apartment. That sure was interesting, said Naruto. He went to go check up on his pocket dimension. Now, there was a lot more going on now. One group was working on ice style, another was working on lava style, as well as more groups working on wood, boil, explosion, magnet, and scorch style. Looks like we have yet to reach Keke Toda. He looked at another group working on the Dijutsu. There were each group based on Manjikyu, Shisui's, Itachi's, Sasuke's, and Obito's. Next up was the Byakugan Rinnegan, Sasuke's Rin Sharingan, as well as the final god form. A few others were working on mastering Senjutsu further, while others were working on their Jinjutsu, especially the Dijutsu group. Naruto also noticed that his clones managed to increase the size of the Rasengan once again. Finally, the last group was working on Taijutsu. I'd like to let loose my full power, Naruto said, transforming into god form. Page Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto yelled as 3 clones poofed into existence. Naruto was working on a new seal that allowed his Kage Bunshins to act as real bodies and could withstand the amount of damage he could sustain until death. He also worked on some gravity seals, and right now, the gravity seal was at level 20, meaning 20x gravity of any planet he is on. With that, Naruto spent the next 30 minutes training with his clones. These guys sure have been working long, Naruto said, deactivating the invincible seals and powering down. Good work everyone. Once he dispelled all the clones, he immediately went into Senin mode and flinched at the amount. I sure have improved. Naruto said, before feeling weird at the loss of almost all of his Sage Chakra healing his body from the exhaustion and pain. Totally forgot about the downside to this training. He formed the cross sign and left his clones to train once again. Do some light training, don't overdo it. Yes boss. He walked outside, and thanks to Senin mode, he was able to sense all of the life energies of those around him, even if it wasn't chakra, some of it was still natural, so he could sense the difference between regular humans and superpowered ones. He began to feel a certain bloodlust that was far too strong compared to any common criminals. Naruto's eyes changed from yellow to pearly white. Byakugan. He kept searching for any abnormalities until he caught sight of someone being hanged upside down, bloodied on a wall. He also witnessed two individuals duking it out. What surprised him the most was that he saw Asia. "Oh man, I've got to get there fast, no time to run." Naruto's eyes changed from white to blood red, his tomo swirling until it morphed into shuriken with a curve at each end. "Hamui!" Naruto shouted as he disappeared in a warp. "But Freed, Asia, and mystery person. I'm Father Freed Zelzen," he said in an annoying creepy voice. "And I'm going to execute your devil ass. Haha." "Damn, this guy is tough," said the mystery boy. "Time to die, shitty devil." As he was getting ready to slash his opponent, it missed as it hit the red gauntlet the mystery boy held up. "I won't be taken down so easily, take this." However, Freed just jumped back and was preparing to attack once again. But Naruto made it in time and appeared in a warp, shocking both the exorcist and the probably not so mysterious man anymore. Naruto didn't bother checking his surroundings. "So, I take it you're the psycho that nailed this poor soul to the wall." "Poor soul. That bitch deserved it. It's bastards that even socialize with devils that must be cleansed. I was doing them a favor. Who are you?" "That's not important. What is important is that trash like you pay for your evil deeds. If you don't mind, I'll be helping you out," said Naruto. "Go right ahead, though I'm sure I could have taken him." "Well, human or not, you'd better think twice about what you're doing, you handsome man." Naruto's face turned to disgust and horror. "This guy is creeping me out. Nope, I am not going to drag this out, besides, there are more coming." "Looks like." Freed was cut off from a kick that sent him through the wall for miles and knocked him unconscious. "Good fight," Naruto said in a flat, bored tone. "Naruto?" Naruto turned and smiled at Asia, glad that she was safe. "Hey, Asia, I'd love to stay and chat, but we really must go," Naruto said without worry in his voice. Just then, the Gremory teleportation circle appeared and out came Akeno, Kaneko, and Kiba. "Takai-kun, we're here to help," Kiba explained. Though, it seems it was not needed. "Thanks, Kiba," Takai said. "Wait, how do you guys know each other?" Naruto asked a bit confused. "We recruited him just after you left. Butchu was keeping an eye on him when he suddenly was on the verge of death from being attacked by Rainer. I'm sure you remember her." "Yeah, unfortunately." "Well, no need to worry, Naruto-kun, I'm sure she'll fall once we meet again. Shall we get going, then?" Rias suddenly said, appearing out of nowhere. "Right," Naruto agreed, placing a hand on Asia and disappearing in a flash of orange. "I still don't know how he does that, and I didn't know he could teleport others with him," said an amazed Kiba. "He definitely is something interesting. I'd like him to be a part of our peerage, but he'd probably refuse," Rias said sadly. "Don't worry, Butchu, I'm sure he'll come around," Akeno said, attempting to comfort Rias. "Let's go," Rias said as they all teleported to the clubhouse. Naruto looked at the club and waved goodbye as he teleported back to his apartment. "Well, he was rather quick to leave. Who is she to him anyway?" Rias asked in jealousy as she teleported to Naruto's apartment. "Asia, why were you with that guy?" Naruto asked a bit confused. "Naruto, he said that I had to follow him, help cleanse a soul. Then, he told me to stay in that room after he saw that boy Takai come in. When I came out, I had no idea he had done all that." "So, you were being tricked by cruel lies. Don't worry, he won't be able to harm you anymore. That said, you'll have to live with me if that's okay with you." Asia was blushing at the thought of her and Naruto sharing a bed and all that could happen. "Why yes, it's fine," Asia said while flapping her hands to her face, attempting to cool down her blush. "No, it's not okay, Naruto-kun," Rias said as she appeared through her magic circle. "Rias, this is my home, so it is okay," Naruto said with "are you dumb?" expression on his face. "Fine. I'm moving in too," Rias said. "Do what you want, just know that I only have one bed, so you'll have to take the couch. Asia, you can take the bed." "What about you, Naruto?" "I'll take the floor, don't worry, I've gone camping a lot, I'll be fine." "No. This is your home. I shouldn't be the one." "It's fine, please just take the bed, don't worry about me." "If you say so, thank you very much." "HMPH," Rias pouted childishly. "Rias, you can sleep on the bed if you want to as well," Naruto said. "That's not the issue. Why are you allying yourself with the enemy? She's your enemy, not mine. So as far as I'm concerned, you can either get out of my life or put up with having to get along with a harmless foe." Rias was actually quite hurt at what Naruto said, and the fact that he's been cold lately was starting to get to her. "What's your problem?" I have done nothing but try to get along with you and more. What's wrong with me? You. That's what. You keep trying to get my attention, thinking I'll approve of you, when really, you're nothing to me. I had a life and a beautiful wife, so don't you dare try to gain me as a significant other. We were married. But, you're only 17. How is that possible, and what do you mean were? Damn me and my rambling too far. Naruto thought, even more enraged. Just stay out of my life. Naruto had zipped to his pocket dimension scroll and disappeared in a flash. Rias was now a bit teary-eyed and hurt at how mistreated she was. She really didn't deserve it, but Naruto couldn't take the loss of his comrades any more worse than he has. And trying to make a move on him did not help. Once Naruto teleported to the top of the Occult Research Club's rooftop, he jumped leaving behind dust and a strong wind. He landed far away in a forest, created a clone, entered his dimension, and prepared to let out some steam. Excuse me, but I'll leave if it makes things better, Asia said timidly. No, it's fine. I don't think I even want to be here anymore, Ria said in a soft voice. She teleported to the clubhouse, where she could be alone. That was an unpleasant situation, Asia admitted to no one. At night, Naruto trained till morning, Asia slept alone, and Rias cried herself to sleep. Now, it was morning, and Naruto was resting inside his pocket dimension. He slowly opened his eyes as he awoke from his well-needed slumber. Oh, I hope I didn't miss out on school just yet, Naruto said lazily. He left a cage bunchen in the dimension and exited to the outside. He performed the Hurration and appeared in his room. This surprised Asia, who was quietly waiting for Naruto's return. Naruto. Wow, you're full of surprises. I forgot I exploded on Rias last night. Ugh, I feel like such a jerk, I didn't mean to shout at her. She was always nice to me and I spat in her face. I need to apologize to her, thought a guilty Naruto. Well Asia, just stay here while I head out to school, okay? Naruto said. Of course. Naruto put on his school uniform and ran out the door. Naruto ran past everyone and was hoping he could find Rias. He couldn't find her and classes were starting, so he decided to capture her during first hour. When he walked inside, she was nowhere to be seen. He caught sight of Akeno, but Rias was not here. So, she skipped school, huh? I've got just the thing, Naruto thought, disappearing to head to the nearest bathroom or closet. He created a cage bunchen and he himself teleported to Rias while his clone proceeded to class. When he appeared, he noticed that he was in a shop that sells manga and anime. She couldn't be an otaku. This is most unexpected of her, Naruto mused while taking a look around. He finally noticed the red hair of someone viewing a shelf and he mentally prepared himself while taking in a deep breath. Rias, Naruto said. Rias turned to him, but she just turned away and continued what she was doing. Ouch, I guess I deserved more than the silent treatment, but I'm determined till the end. Rias, I apologize for my behavior and what I had said yesterday. I didn't mean to hurt you, I don't know how to explain it, but I understand if you oof. Naruto was cut off by a bone-crushing jump hug that brought both of them to the floor. I thought you'd never want to see me again. I forgive you, Naruto-kun. Rias said happily. Ah, Rias, I'm glad you forgave me, but could you loosen up, I can barely breath. No. Rias said in a cute pout voice. So, Rias just kept straddling Naruto while he was getting a bit uncomfortable with a certain position. Rias, at least let me stand up, Naruto pleaded. Reluctantly, Rias let him stand up but just ended up clinging to his arm. Rias, give me some time to recover and then we could be together. I'll wait as long as I need to, Naruto-kun. But, what do you mean recover? That's going to be a long story. Can I trust you to keep a secret? Of course, unless you tell me to tell someone else, I'll keep it a secret no matter what. Before that, would you like to spend the rest of the day together? Rias beamed at Naruto's question. Yes. With that, Naruto and Rias headed out to get something to eat for the morning, as both have yet to eat something. Now, they are both enjoying each other's company on a bench. So, I guess I should start by saying I'm not from this world, Naruto said. Rias was a bit surprised, but not too much. That actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't sense any Yauki from you, so I assumed you were human. Yet, you have the skills of a high-class devil. Well, I'm actually a shinobi. You mean those people that dress in black, that stick to the shadows? You don't seem like that at all. Well, we do stick to the shadows, but I have no ideas what you mean by we're all black. Anyway, where I am from, our power is called chakra. Naruto explained everything about his world's past, present and future, leading up to his life as the Hokage. Wow, so you're actually 32 and had kids and were one of the strongest from your world. No wonder you're so strong. Right, so I am trying to find a way to get back, but my one option was out the door, well you know why. So, I've decided to stay here and solve this world's problems, and you guys definitely have a lot of problems if any of the recent events are a clue. You're right, and this world could definitely use your help. I think you're going to be a great factor in the shifting of the fate of us all. So, would you still like to live at my place to make sure Asia doesn't get in your way? Naruto said with a chuckle. You bet I am. Ria said determined. Don't worry, you're the only girl I will ever want to be with, said Naruto. Ria's blushed and started to play with her hair. If you say so. Well, let's go. Naruto placed his hand on Ria's and they teleported back to his apartment. Asia. I'm home. Nothing, no response whatsoever. Asia. Where did she go? Ria's asked. No way damn it. Naruto said, activating his Byakugan. XX 3 hours earlier XX. I'm sure Naruto would be happy to know I bought him more ramen as well as some healthy foods. Seriously, that's all he had, was ramen, thought Asia. So, Asia, huh? What are you doing out here all by yourself? An anonymous voice asked. Asia recognized the voice and was so fearful for her life. Rainer-san. Now, come quietly and I won't have to hurt you or your friends. I guess this is goodbye Naruto. XX with Naruto and Ria's XX. I should have marked her and left her with an invincible sealed cage buncheon. I guess I'll never be as smart as I am supposed to be, Naruto said, beating himself up. Naruto? Ria's asked as she saw that Naruto's eyes had changed to complete white. Are you okay? Don't worry, this is one of the legendary taijutsu I've told you about there. Ria's, get the rest of the club and meet me at the local church. Said Naruto as he activated his Mangekyo, surprising Ria's once more and disappearing in a swirl. Naruto arrived right at the church sanctuary. He already knew where everyone was at and he also noticed Asia tied up on a cross, she didn't look too good. Yo. It's you again. Your bloody cheap shot ruined my streak. It really pissed me off. Are you? However, Fried was interrupted by a chop to the neck. I don't have time for this, you nutjob. Naruto blasted the wooden table that was blocking the staircase, performing the shunshin and knocking out everyone except Rainer. Ah, it's you again. However, you're much too late, the ceremony is complete. What are you talking about, you filth? Nuo? Screamed Asia in excruciating pain, an intricate mark appearing on her chest. Asia. This is it. The power I've been wanting for so long. Once I have this sacred gear, then I will be loved. Proclaimed Rainer in ecstasy. The green orb entered her body and Rainer moaned erotically. Foo, finally I've got it, the ultimate power. With this, I'll be able to make those who made fun of me eat their words. Naruto was beginning to get angered by Rainer's choice of action. With Research Club. Boost. Yasha. Explosion. Yelled Takai, completely obliterating the fodder fallen angels around him. Kiba. Right. Sword birth. Kiba yelled as countless amounts of swords also defeated the fodder fallen angels. What a troublesome duo. Donasi killed in fear. Just remember not to mess with my peerage. Ria said as she charged up a bowl of destruction and completely disintegrated the rest of the fallen angels. With Naruto. Naruto walked forward and was intending to take Asia down from her bindings. You looking to say a few parting words? Naruto visibly flinched at what Rainer had said. That's right, when someone gets their sacred gear taken out, they die. Whatever you're planning to do, it's useless, Rainer explained. She was not prepared for Naruto to appear right in front of her and his slitted eyes had paralyzed her. Then, I should just take it back. Naruto yelled as his arm glowed orange, shoving his hand into Rainer's chest and pulling out the sacred gear. What? Impossible. Naruto came to Asia's side and stuck it into her gently. Here, come back, Asia. Asia's eyes slowly opened, signaling her life was still whole. Naruto sighed in relief before turning to Rainer with narrowed, raged eyes. I'll be right back. You bastard. What have you done? Trust me, your pain hasn't ended just yet. Naruto activated Itachi's Manjikyu Sharingan. Tsukiyomi. Naruto thought angrily as Rainer was pulled into a black void. What's happening? You're in my world now and you will suffer. Rainer suddenly found herself bound to a rock by a gravitational force. Naruto formed a Rasengan in his hand and shoved it into Rainer. Aggh. She shouted in complete pain. It's only just begun. 3,000 Rasengans to the gut later and Rainer finally was released from the Genjutsu. She breathed her last breath as the pain took its toll. Amaterasu. Rainer's corpse was now burning to a crisp. Naruto? Asia asked with a bit of fear. Naruto deactivated his Manjikyu before turning to meet Asia's gaze with a smile. Are you okay? He asked gently. Asia nodded slowly. Yes, thank you for saving me. No problem. Now, listen carefully. Riaz and the rest finally caught up to notice the black flames currently incinerating the fallen angel and found Naruto leaning over Asia's body. "No," Takai said quietly. "I'm sorry guys, she is gone," Naruto said sadly. "Well, have you given her the sacred gear?" Riaz asked. "It's already too late, we can do nothing to save her." Riaz was sad to see Naruto like this. "Naruto, what do you think this is?" Naruto looked up to see a chess piece representing a bishop. "Well, that's a bishop piece from a chess set. It's a bit late for explaining, but for devils holding a title of nobility, such as a king, the number of pieces they can have is 8 for the pawn. The knight, rook and bishop have 2 each. Queen has 1. In total, 15 pieces. I have already used up a bishop piece, but I have another one with me. The bishop's power is to follow its family. I can use this girl's restoration powers as a bishop. It's unheard of, but I'll reincarnate this sister as a devil." Riaz walked up to Asia and she brought up both hands at her sides. "I command thee, Asia Argento, on my name Riaz Gremory, become my servant and once more, return thy soul to this land and become a devil. Thou shalt lead a new life with great joy as my bishop." The bishop piece disappeared into Asia's chest and she immediately got up, a bit dazed. "Huh? Asia?" Takai exclaimed running up to her. "Takai-san. Takai, now you're her senior devil," Riaz said putting a hand on the said boy's shoulder. "Now you're in charge of protecting her." "Hi. Let's go back." Ahem, Naruto cleared his throat getting the attention of everyone. "First, Asia lives with me and can move out if she'd like. Second, she was alive the whole time, Narishasta along with ACKB." Naruto said too quick and disappeared in a flash. Ria's hair shadowed her face as she gripped a wooden railing. "Naruto. Oh no, I'm sorry if I did anything to anger you," Raibuchu Asia said a bit fearful of Ria's getting angry at her. "Well, it can't be helped. Welcome to my peerage, Asia." The next morning Naruto was starting to stir in his sleep. He felt weight on him for some reason and noticed that Riaz was sleeping on him naked. "Okay, that's it, you're moving out," Naruto yelled comically. Morning already?" Riaz asked getting up. "What are you doing sleeping with me naked?" "But I can't sleep with clothes on, they're very irritating and make it hard for me to sleep," said Riaz as if there wasn't anything wrong. "Riaz, if you're going to sleep naked, you could at least do the honors of not sleeping with me." "What, don't I look sexy to you?" Riaz asked seductively. Naruto just pinched the bridge of his nose and went to wake up Asia, completely ignoring Riaz. "Asia, let's go, we're going to be late for the party." "Hi, I'm in the shower." "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll teleport you there when you're done. See you there, Riaz." Riaz nodded as she had finally gotten dressed and teleported. Naruto decided to check on his clones while waiting for Asia. The clones were working on 2 Keke Tauda, such as plasma style and the particle style. A few were already working on Keke Mora, which is what Godama are said to be. That seems to be what all of them are working. "Okay, dispel, except for one, and continue." "Yes boss." Naruto left his pocket dimension just in time as Asia came out ready in her school uniform. "Let's go Asia," said Naruto. "Hi." Naruto placed his hand on Asia's shoulder and they both disappeared in a flash of orange. Once Naruto and Asia had materialized, Riaz immediately caught him off guard by wrapping him in a hug. "Naruto-kun. Riaz, calm down, we just saw each other 20 minutes ago." "I know, but I feel closer to you and I just couldn't help myself." "Okay, just don't go crushing me now," said Naruto with a chuckle. "If Buchu gets to hug Naruto, then I get to hug Naruto," Asia declared before pulling Naruto away from Riaz. "Oh, you think you can beat me to it?" Naruto said it himself, he only has eyes for me. Haha. "No way. Riaz, what are you doing? You're going to make her hate me." The rest of the occult research club finally decided to join the trio. "Good morning, Buchu, Asia-san, Naruto-kun," greeted Kiba. "Yo Buchu, strong guy, Asia-chan." "ITS, Naruto." Hi. Naruto just grumbled at him. "Who is he anyway?" "He is my one and only pawn and is the wielder of the Long Ina sacred gear, the boosted gear," Riaz explained. "So, you're him, huh? You must be pretty strong, I presume." "Stronger than you. That's for sure," Takai said with a thumbs down. "I'm going to enjoy pulling pranks on a punk like you," Naruto said darkly. "Good morning Buchu, Naruto-senpai, Takai-senpai, Asia-senpai," said a stoic Kaneko. "Good day to you, Buchu, Takai-kun, Asia-chan, Naruto-kun," Akeno said, saying Naruto's name suggestively. "Back off Akeno," Riaz warned. "Oh, Buchu, are you jealous?" Akeno asked, suddenly burying Naruto's head into her big bust. "Akeno, Kaudal Yowl Setsuko of Mfia." "Akeno," yelled Riaz, pulling Naruto into her cleavage. "Noft you tomb Riazif." Naruto broke out of the Riaz grip and backed off. "You girls are such a handful." Both Rias and Akeno giggled, inching their way closer to Naruto. However, he just ran up the wall and stuck to the ceiling. "How about, oh, I forgot you guys had wings, well bye," Naruto said, disappearing in a flash. "I'll get you someday, Naruto-kun." XX. Meanwhile in Underworld, Phoenix household 10 AM XX. "Ani-sama, I have prepared the tea." "Ravel, huh?" Riser mused. "Are the preparations for the ceremony going well?" asked Ravel. "Like there will be any problems," Riser said in an evil tone. "But Naruto, the next day. What is taking your father so long?" "Like I know." "Okay, looks like we'll have to launch Plan B Konohamaru." "Osu?" "Huh, why am I back here?" thought a groggy Naruto, getting up from his slumber. "Oh, I guess he really doesn't want to surpass the Hokage after all. Don't worry, I'll drag him here." Sasuke disappeared without a sound to grab the now 7th Hokage. "7th? Hurry up and let's go," yelled Sasuke. "I'm coming." "I guess it was all just a dream, to think I dreamed that far," Naruto thought happily. Once Naruto disappeared with Sasuke, they both appeared at the top of the tower. "Now, go greet the village, Naruto. You've finally reached your dream," said Kakashi proudly. Naruto nodded proudly and walked up, preparing to wave at the villagers gathered at the bottom. However, when he got there, he saw fallen bodies, flames, and a destroyed Konoha. "Huh?" asked Naruto with a horrified expression. "7th?" Naruto turned around to see Kagaya impaling Kakashi, destroying him. "Kakashi-sensei." Next up was Shikamaru, Boruto, Konohamaru, Hinata, and finally Sasuke, disappearing from the world. "No." Naruto shot up from his bed and looked around in panic. Once he realized where he was, he gave a sigh of relief, as well as a look of sadness. He was so close to seeing them all again, and then she happened. Naruto shook his head free of those thoughts and decided to get to training his sacred gear. Although, he noticed that Rias was once again sleeping naked, completely straddling him. Whatever will I do with you?" Naruto poked her cheek to wake her up. Rias stirred slightly and opened her eyes, noticing Naruto. "Good morning, Naruto-kun," Rias said with a yawn. Naruto chuckled lightly before pushing Rias off of him. "Good morning, Rias." Rias pouted cutely and grabbed onto Naruto's arm. "Stay a little longer." "Well, I wanted to show you my pocket dimension, are you up for it?" Rias thought it over and eventually came to a conclusion. "Okay, I'd like to see what kind of training you do anyway." Naruto chuckled once again before summoning his scroll to his palm and opening it, bringing both Rias and himself in there by focusing some chakra and transporting them. When Rias saw all the Naruto's training, she was astonished at what she saw. Thousands of Naruto bunchins running around training and manipulating certain elements, as well as some of them showing powers that were beyond her comprehension. She saw the size of the Rasengans his clones were working on and she almost fainted from the amazement. "Naruto-kun, this is amazing. I've heard of all these jutsu you told me about, but seeing them up close is really something else. And are those clones of you over there glowing? It truly is different up close." "Whoa, easy there. Yup, I have them training all the time, this pocket dimension is always filled with a bunch of my cage bunchins doing some training." Speaking of which, Naruto concentrated a bit before all of the clones poofed and he ended up having to endure the pain for just a slight second thanks to his Senin mode. "Whoa, Naruto, your eyes." "Yeah, this is Senin mode. Remember when I told you about it?" "Yeah, I'm sensing a lot of power from you, but it feels warm and relaxing." "So, up for some training? I'd like to get a feel for how strong my king is." "Then Naruto, you'd really be willing to?" "Of course, if we're going to win this war, I want to be by your side the whole time." "Then Naruto, you wouldn't be referring to Hell no. I just meant to be on your side, marriage is too early for me right now, I mean I have been married before, but I'd like to take things slowly, Rias." "Of course, now prepare yourself for some action." Naruto ran up to Rias and attempted a roundhouse kick that Rias managed to duck from. Rias followed through by flying in the air and charging up a bowl of destruction, launching it at Naruto. Same as her brothers. Naruto merely lifted his palm and deflected the bowl Dragon Ball Z style. Rias was completely baffled by his action. "No way." Naruto appeared before Rias, floating thanks to his Keke Toda and clasping his hands together, brought them down on her back, sending her crashing to the ground. She got up and was ready to attack with more hand-to-hand combat, but Naruto blocked her attacks like nothing. He attempted a barrage of punches that Rias could barely block. Now, he launched her away about 10 feet with a straight kick. "It's impossible to hit you." Rias shouted, frustrated by getting thrown around like a rag doll. "Okay, stop," said Naruto, coming forth toward Rias and placing a couple of gravity seal tags on her. "Now, flare your Yaki once." Rias did as she was told and once she did, she felt a force that brought her down to her knees. "What is this?" It's a gravity seal, it'll help with your physical attributes, especially speed and strength. I wouldn't get into any battles unless you can move around freely. If you want to increase the level, just flare your Yauki to its max, that way you are still able to perform certain attacks. I designed it this way as an upgrade. As opposed to before, where even the slightest raise in chakra would up the level, making these seals a Kenjutsu or forbidden jutsu. Which was solved by me, but I prefer going to the extreme, so I used the old way, I just modified for your case. I'll give these to the rest of your peerage, so we can all get stronger for future threats. Unfortunately, I don't know how to help with magic, so I guess you'll be the teacher there, said Naruto with a thumbs up. Rias could now walk normally, yet slowly. She flared her Yauki once again, bringing herself to her knees. Naruto raised his eyebrow at this. You should take it easy. What level are you at, Naruto-kun? Me? I'm at level 32 right now. Ria's eyes almost bulged out of her sockets. Are you serious? Were you wearing them just now? Yeah. No way, I must be really weak. But Ria's determined, she flared her Yauki max again twice, bringing her to level 5, and she was flat on the ground. Whoa, you should really take it easy. To think you were moving that quickly with ease at more than 6 times the level I am at. I've got to get stronger. Naruto just sighed and activated his sacred gear. Come, Kairos. Naruto's black gauntlet appeared on his right hand. It had silver lines running from the back to the front, giving it a futuristic look, as well as a white jewel at the area of the back of his hand. It had spikes surrounding it, as well as 2 pairs of triangular sharp edges sticking out on both sides, making it the perfect cutting weapon. Rias was surprised to hear that name. Naruto-kun, you wouldn't happen to have the space-time dragon emperor's gauntlet? Sure do, why? Is he really that powerful? Is he powerful? He was considered to be a myth. So he was never lumped in with the 13 other Long Ina sacred gears. His power could definitely rival the strongest Long Ina sacred gear that I'm sure of. Is that true, Kairos? Naruto asked the legendary dragon. Well, I only rival the true Long Ina sacred gear. We both have powers to destroy each other, but I can't exactly fight against a weapon. So you could say I'm second to none, except to that one. For it was blessed by Jesus Christ's blood, so in terms of power, I am probably behind. Well, there's my answer. Make no mistake, you are nothing compared to me. Naruto was a bit irked at this and lifted his palm. You've done it now, commented the Jubi. Danwa. Naruto used Hashirama's Senpu. Gate of the Great God to immobilize the Jubi, but on the dragon. He only used the head seal since it didn't have 10 tails. What? I can't move. Darn you, this is not how you treat a legendary dragon. I just immobilized your movements with a raise of my palm now, what was I again? I said that you were not Naruto lifted his palm again and added another head seal that was even bigger than the last, over it. We can do this all day. I will need GHHHH. Naruto kept on adding on more gates and eventually added on 15 before Kairos finally gave in. Fine, you're at least my equal, they're happy now. Satisfied, but not happy. I'll lift the seals in an hour or two, Naruto said while yawning. Why, you son of a. Naruto cut off the connection and proceeded to giggle mischievously. Rias had a bad feeling about how Naruto was acting all of a sudden. Now, we can see the whole club gathered in a field away from any possible humans catching them, according to Naruto. Okay, everyone, I have decided to help with your physical training. Instead of doing workouts and such, you'll be working against gravity, Naruto declared. Ah, are you an idiot? But you, what do you even see in this guy? I'm a much better candidate to be your lover. Naruto was already deciding that he would give Takai the old version of his gravity seal and was going to have fun watching him suffer. First of all, Takai, Naruto-kun is much more handsome than you are, much more sexier than you are, and is much more caring of me than you are. All you want to do is get into my pants. Well, I can't say that's not true. So, name your price. Million. Billion. A boat, mansion, the world. I'm the richest, I can get you whatever you want. Okay, Takai, here you go. Naruto placed a gravity seal and flared his chakra beforehand, setting it to 10 immediately. Once it reached Takai, he fell immediately and was looking to be suffering indescribable pain. What the hell did you do, you bastard? It's so painful. What was that about me being dumb? Apparently, you don't know much about me. Takai just scoffed. I'll never acknowledge you. Suit yourself, Naruto willed the level to lower to 3. Takai took a deep breath and kept breathing heavily. That's what you get for bad-mouthing my Naruto-kun. Rias scolded Takai. Rias, I'm not yours just yet, Naruto said. Right, because he wants to go at it with me first, isn't that right, Naruto? Akeno, just stop, Naruto said, a bit disgusted at Akeno's attempts to turn him into a perverted mess. Stop what? I just love it when a man commands me so confidently. It really turns me on. Akeno said while licking her lips seductively. Okay Akeno, that's it. Stay 10 feet away from him at all times. Riaz roared furiously. I'm sorry Butchu, I just can't resist him, he's just so hot. Okay, guys come here so I can put the seals on you, Naruto said. When Naruto was getting to Akeno, Riaz snatched the tag away from him. Nice try Akeno. Riaz said and slapped the tag onto Akeno's face. Ara, does Butchu want to fight again? Let's go you slut. Look who's talking, naked sleeping Riaz. Ha. Take that back. Big boobed, slut. Eyes guys. Ah, forget them. I'll be training as well. Naruto said irritatedly. So, what have you got, huh? Some lousy sword training, or maybe you use these stupid seals to compensate for your lack of skill? Takai asked arrogantly. Naruto ignored him and entered his mindscape. And I hope you get screwed over and then, I hope your friends die of cancer and you get fucked over by a man-woman then, you get beaten by a weakling and die of depression, you cocky son of a. How long has he been doing this? Ever since you left, Matatabi said with a sweat drop. Make him shut up, Naruto, or I will Juubi said unable to contain his anger. Hey, you snake. Naruto lifted his palm and all the seals disappeared. Finally, I'm free to destroy your ass. Time blast. Kairos yelled and shot a blast that seemed to slow time down wherever it went and then it hit the area Naruto was last at. Time was slowing down all around there in an area that covered an area bigger than a baseball stadium. You've got to do better than Thao. Kairos was hovering over Naruto and attempted a swipe which Naruto barely dodged but the blistering winds sent him to the ground. Time reverse. Naruto appeared in the same position he was in when he dodged the swipe and couldn't avoid the slicing of the claws that sent him flying. Space-time, slice. Pyro slashed air as it sent a dimension-cutting slash heading straight for Naruto. Hamui! Shouted Naruto, parrying the slash, causing both attacks to cancel out. Not bad. How about this next one? White hole Nova. Pyros held his palm out and after clenching it, released it to show a hole that blasted everything away and blew even the Biju away, except for the Juubi. Naruto was not so lucky and ended up getting blown away. Ha! Look at you. Naruto blasted all the rubble away and sent a regular-sized Rasen Shuriken toward Kairos. Space disassembly. Naruto's Rasen Shuriken dispersed into a bunch of energy shards that eventually dissipated. No way. How is he inferior to the Juubi in any way? I heard that Naruto. Kairos instantaneously teleported to Naruto's position and sent him flying away with a punch that distorted space-time, but Naruto just used Kamui to cancel out the attack by dematerializing. Enough. Naruto formed a huge Bijuadama Rasen Shuriken that surpassed even the size of the Juubi. When Naruto threw it, he concentrated his chakra. Colossal Bijuadama Rasen Shuriken to Rengen. Similar to the Shuriken Cage Bunshin no Jutsu, Naruto created close 50 of those colossal-sized Rasengans. Before Kairos could teleport, Naruto appeared behind him and sealed his movement with Shukaku's Fuin Jutsu. Time reverse. Now, Naruto was stuck back into his original position after he cancelled out the dimension-distorting punch. Black hole collapse. Kairos formed a black hole in his palm and everything began to get sucked in. If he doesn't stop the stupid dragon, I am stepping in. Yelled an enraged Juubi. I'm done holding back, Shisui, lend me your power. Naruto activated Shisui's upgraded Eternal Manjikyu that he combined with everyone else's Sharingan, giving him the abilities of all of them. He looked at Kairos, not needing to make eye contact, and cast the legendary Kodo Amatsukami. Now, we can see Kairos completely becoming calm. It is said that the Kodo Amatsukami can allow the user to control their opponent's mind, making them believe that whatever they were manipulated to do was completely of their free will. Enemies can instantly become friends, and unobedient dragons become completely docile to their containers. It also isn't an ongoing so it happens all in an instant. Now, the drawback is not being able to use one eye for 10 years, but even with the Eternal Manjikyu Sharingan, it's only reduced to 1 year, I can't let him spam it completely, otherwise there'd be no challenge in the world, he could just manipulate everyone to be friends. Looks like Shisui's Manjikyu came in handy, Kurama said, chuckling. I'm sorry for my disobedience, Naruto-sama. Kairos, the legendary dragon that has been reduced to an obedient servant only to Naruto said. Now, help me train with this sacred gear. Of course, Kairos obeyed. Kairos. Naruto yelled, willing his sacred gear to appear on his right arm. Wow, so you got a long Ina sacred gear, huh? Well, I bet it's not as good as my boosted gear. Takai said arrogantly, willing his boosted gear to appear on his right arm. Actually, his is much more powerful than yours. It's the Space-Time Emperor Dragon's Gauntlet. It rivals for the position of the strongest long Ina sacred gears. Meaning, it's much more powerful than yours, Takai, Riaz explained mockingly. Oh yeah? Well, then, let's see how you do. Takai said, rushing toward Naruto having boosted once and his speed increasing. Takai tried to hit him, but Naruto just lifted his arm. Meta-time manipulation. Slow. Naruto commanded, and the area around him slowed to where he could see everything around him move as if milliseconds were seconds. Wow, look at that ability. It's only at gauntlet mode, and it has such a potent ability. Takai thought, respecting Naruto a bit more. Looks like it's over, Kiba declared. Naruto was moving perfectly fine, as opposed to Takai. Damn, he got me. Takai closed his eyes and awaited his suffering when all he got was a pat on the back. You've got spirit, kid. You'll become strong, I can guarantee you that, said Naruto sagely, deactivating the time alteration. I guess I'm lucky to have gotten used to one ability. I've got to continue training with this. Well, looks like I was wrong about you, Naruto. I hereby declare you my rival. Takai proclaimed, pointing his finger straight at Naruto. The said shinobi was reminded of Konohamaru and Sasuke and was immediately sad, but he bottled his feelings up and put up a smile. You got it. Naruto said, as they both smiled. Looks like they'll get along well, Ria said smiling. Of course, Akeno said. Oh, that reminds me. Naruto-kun, come here, I have one night piece left and then I'll be able to turn you into a devil, Ria said. Wow, you really think that'll be enough, but you? He seems pretty strong, mind you, Kiba explained. Luckily, I have mutated night piece left and it's the only mutated piece I have. Naruto walked up to her and laid down, already knowing the process of the whole ritual. So, Ria said the usual words and the piece synced into Naruto. However, when it did, the piece retreated back to the outside. What? Exclaimed Riaz and Akeno. The mutated piece isn't enough for him to be reincarnated as a devil. He's far stronger than anyone I can think of, the only rival he could possibly have is Office. No, I felt a transformation, but I didn't want to receive the Yaki energy, so I rejected it, but let me try again. Come on Kurama. Why won't you guys let me be reincarnated? Because you don't need it, you have us. Besides, you could just be a representation in their peerage, and I know exactly how. Use the yin release to neutralize the evil energy into yang energy, that way you still retain your human aura, but are still considered a part of the peerage. Gee, could have told me earlier, but how exactly do I do that? Just mix it with your yin chakra and draw the yin out of the yaki and neutralize it to be a part of your natural flow of yin-yang chakra. You'll have to be careful, as you'll need to even out the ratio to 1:1, since drawing in more yin chakra will cause an imbalance within yourself. What you need to is draw in natural energy through your yang channel, converting it to that type and evening it out. It's an invigorating process that'll have the chance of mutating you into something else or possibly kill you if done incorrectly. Returning to his usual self, Naruto gulped. Riaz, try it again, Naruto urged her. So Riaz chanted the words and as the piece sunk into him, Naruto clapped his hands together and began the process that started to illuminate the whole forest. What's going on? This doesn't usually happen. Naruto was gritting his teeth in pain, but we can see his left hand holding what seemed to be a blue flame, while his right hand was holding a red flame. Now, the blue flame increased in size, as did the red flame. As soon as both disappeared, Naruto got up and gave everyone a thumbs up. I don't get it, I don't sense any Yaki from him, mumbled Riaz. However, Kaneko was trembling at Naruto's sudden change. She could sense the natural energies of both yin and yang, but she and her sister could never control the nature energy up to the point of complete control of yin and yang. Also, she noticed that Naruto's energy felt different, it felt even more powerful. Kaneko, do you feel something? Yes, it did seem Naruto-senpai did something during the process, controlling his yin-yang, to completely rid himself of devil Yaki, making him still human. A human devil basically. Whoa, Naruto-kun, why go through the trouble? Your energy you call Yaki is imbalanced. It would ruin my pure-heartedness and actually degrade my raw power, so I changed it. How'd you manage to do that? Naruto just ignored that question and proceeded to activate his sacred gear. We're training, aren't we? He said with a smirk, completely ignoring everyone's amazed stares. Naruto returned to his apartment and was satisfied with himself. He managed to increase the range of his space-time manipulation and unlock the second ability, Time Blast. He also worked on speeding up time around him, but managed to control the speeding up of his age so that he didn't look like an old grandpa. He just manipulated the speeding up of Tim's space so that his internal organs and everything inside his body was intact and ran at a normal speed. He also had to maintain the range so that he doesn't accidentally speed someone else up. It was the most difficult of the abilities, so he needs to work on how long he can keep it up. Well, I guess I'll just rest, huh? Riaz. Naruto-kun, there's an urgent matter, Riaz said rather worriedly. Stop right there, Riaz. A stern voice ordered. Just shove it in, Naruto-kun. Riaz, what's this about? Naruto asked, putting his pants back on. Damn it. We were so close. You think by doing this sort of thing, the engagement will be broken? Grafia said calmly. If I don't do this sort of thing, then Otu-sama, Ani-sama won't listen to me, right, Grafia? If it's discovered that you're giving your purity to this person of lowly birth, no matter how strong he is, then both Master and Surzich's Sama would be saddened. Naruto's eyebrow twitched in annoyance at the obvious insult. I was born from two very strong people, and I am probably the most powerful person you'll ever meet. Of course, I shouldn't go revealing any information to anybody I don't know. It could lead to certain problems in the future. It seems Riaz was trying to get out of a forced marriage. I have to say, she's brave to walk that path. I just have to see what's up with this guy, she must really hate him, thought Naruto. My chastity belongs to me. What's wrong with giving it to the person that I actually love? And don't call Naruto-kun someone of lowly birth, he could probably make a fool out of you in combat. Grafia just sighed and looked down. No matter what happens, you are the next heir of the Gremory household, so please don't go around recklessly showing your skin to men. Grafia grabbed Ria's shirt and proceeded to walk towards her, intending to dress her. Especially since it's before something this important. Oju-sama, please get dressed. It was nice to see you again, Naruto-kun. I hope you choose your actions wisely. Naruto just stared at her impassively, not bothering to respond to the warning. Grafia, did you come here by your own will? Or was it the will of the household? Or was it Ani-sama's orders? All of the above. I see. You who are Ani-sama's queen personally came to the human world with just that. I understand. As Riaz was dressing, she decided to apologize to Naruto. I'm sorry, pretend that everything before this never happened. I wasn't thinking straight either. Let us both forget what has happened today, Naruto-kun. Fine by me, Naruto replied. Grafia, let's go to my stronghold. We can have our discussion there. Having a Ken alongside would be fine, right? I don't mind. The king usually keeps the queen alongside. Naruto-kun, Riaz started. Naruto knew exactly what she wanted and he grabbed her by her waists while she wrapped her arms around his neck. They made out passionately, right in front of Grafia, for more than a minute. They separated for a breath of fresh air, leaving a trail of saliva between their lips. Forgive me for ending it here tonight. You are officially my boyfriend, but I was wishing it could have stayed that way, Riaz finished sadly. Once she disappeared, Naruto had a determined look on his face. Don't worry, it will, my beautiful Riaz, Naruto thought with a smile. But before that, let's eat some ramen. XX the next day, Occult Research Club 16:30 p.m. XX. So, how was it, man? Did you go down on her? Takai asked with a lecherous smile. 1. I wouldn't tell you. 2. No. 3. Why do you care? Asked an angry Naruto. Just a yes or no would suffice. So I'm guessing you guys are a thing now? Yeah, so quit with your pointless advances, because she's mine. Looks like you beat me to it. Naruto, Takai and Kiba entered the room. This will be troublesome, Kiba stated. I'm interested to see this punk, Naruto said in a dark tone. Everyone's gathered here. I have something to say before club activities begin. Grafia stepped forward. Oju-sama, shall I say it? Riaz raised her hand, signaling she'd be the one to tell everyone. Actually, I'll be say. However, she was cut off as the Phoenix Crest magic circle appeared and blew flames rather violently, causing Riaz to raise an arm to protect her face. This crest is Phoenix, Kiba said rather nervously with a sweat drop. Naruto just narrowed his eyes in anger. Out came the arrogant son of a bitch known as Razor Phoenix. Phew, it's been a long time since I came to the human world. My lovely Riaz, I have come to see you. Naruto was starting to get angry, but calmed down. No wonder why Riaz doesn't like this jerk. His whole aura shouts, I'm better than all of you motherfuckers, bow down before me you insignificant bastards. I'd like to knock some sense into this guy. Naruto thought angrily. Now then Riaz, it's sudden but let's go to the location of the ceremony. Razor walked up to her and put an arm around her, much to her annoyance and a certain blonde shinobi. The date is set as well. It's better to get it over with. Let go of me, Razor. But he wouldn't let up and was going to grab her again until Naruto grabbed his hand, crushing his wrist and putting everyone under heavy pressure due to his killing intent. You do well to listen to her or I might just kill you, Naruto said with venom behind his threatening words. Ah. Let go of my hand you trash. Who the hell do you think you are? Razor yelled in pain. Riaz put her hands on Naruto's shoulder gently, hoping to calm him down. Naruto-kun, it's fine, she said softly. Naruto just nodded and let go of Razor's wrist, with him rubbing his hands. I ask who the hell are you? He's my rook, Razor. Don't kid with me. He's just a mere human. Well, you're not wrong, but I still absorbed the evil piece of the mutated rook, retorted Naruto. What? Razor asked in disbelief. Not only did he absorb a mutated piece, but I can't sense his magical power. You're good at bluffing, kid, you can't prove it, you don't have the energy. Well, that's because I manipulated the dark energy or the yin attribute of the Yaki energy, which resulted in it synergizing with my yin aspect of my natural energy, but I had to balance out the ratios, so I added in some natural energy to a higher degree, or the yang half, and now, I am much more powerful than I have ever been. Razor was sitting there with his mouth open, before shaking it. You think you can scare me with your big words? Big whoop, you have energy, so what? However, Grafia was quite baffled at what Naruto had just said. I'll have to tell Surziches about this. He just might be stronger than any of us could ever imagine, manipulating energies like that easily. I was mistaken to think low of him, Grafia thought, amazed, but kept her stoic expression. And who are you? Naruto asked. Eh? You didn't tell your servants about me? Wait, they're actually people who don't know about me? This lowlife thinks he has lived life not knowing who the great Razor Phoenix is. It's only because there was no need to tell them, Riaz explained. Haha, you're harsh as usual. Haha. Grafia decided to take it upon herself to explain. This person here is Razor Phoenix Sama. He's a pureblood high-class devil and is the third son from the legendary Phoenix family. And also is the spouse of the next heir of the Gemori family. Naruto was not surprised as he pretty much gathered that much. Cut it out. Razor, I said it before as well. I won't marry you. Riaz exploded. But isn't your household surprisingly pressing about these circumstances? It's none of your business. I, who is the next heir, shall be the one to choose my partner. Everyone is hurrying it too much. Even though they promised that they would let me do as I pleased till I graduated from a university in the human world. Grafia decided to say something as well. Your parents and Surziches Sama as well fear that your household will go extinct. In the previous war of God, fallen angels and devils, a lot of pure-blooded gave up their lives for it. And the number of households that went extinct wasn't low either. See, Riaz? You'll have to. No, I won't marry you, Razor. I thought I already told you this. Know this, Riaz, I will definitely take you back to the underworld with me. Even if I have to incinerate all your servants. What did you say, you piece of shit? Takai yelled as he rolled up his sleeves. Stand back, Butchu, I'll knock some sense into this bitch. However, Naruto held him back but was starting to want to do the same thing. Let's see you try it, Razor. Oju-sama, Razor-sama, please calm down, Grafia said in her usual calm tone. If you do something rash, then even I won't stand by idly. I definitely won't hold back for Surziches Sama's honor, she said in a more terrifying tone. Razor rubbed the back of his head. If I am told that by the one who is called the strongest queen, then I've got no choice but to stand down. I don't want to confront Surziches Sama's family, which is known to be a collection of monsters. It was expected to become like this. If it can't be settled with talks, then we have to take the last resort measures. Last resort measures? Riaz asked. Oju-sama, if you're insistent in your wish, then how about settling it with a rating game? That's fine by me, let's settle it with a rating game, Razor. Good luck. I have much more experience. Still want to continue with your course of action? I'll do it. I'll make you disappear. Fine with me. If you win, you can do as you like. If I win, you'll immediately marry me. Grafia, confirm your intentions. As the representative of both your houses, is it alright for me to manage the game's details? Both Riaz and Razor agreed. Understood. I will convey the news to both your families. Riaz, I hope you have more servants with you, because not only are those two dimwits weaker than they seem, you don't have enough pieces. Naruto clenched his fist, and Takai was practically pushing against Naruto with all of his might. Limit him. I'll show him that I am not a dimwit, nor am I a weakling. Well, let me show you a true peerage. Razor exclaimed and snapped his fingers while his whole peerage appeared behind him, all of them females. Takai immediately stopped drooling and began to fix himself while having fantasies about all of those girls. These are my cute servants. When all of Razor's servants caught sight of Naruto, they all blushed and their womanhoods lit on fire when they saw him. Riaz, I'll give you 10 days to prepare, not like it'll make a difference. Are you saying you're giving me a handicap? Is it humiliating? Even if we do it right now, I can see the result. It won't be interesting that way. A rating game isn't as easy as winning via emotional speeches, you know. Razor was preparing to leave, but was stopped by Naruto grabbing his hair and pulling on it hard, causing Razor to scream like a bitch. You know, chicken-kun, I could take down you and your peerage with both hands tied behind my back. If you give us 10 days to prepare, you're going to regret it, Naruto said, flaring his killing intent once more and releasing his hold on Razor. Everyone in the room became completely overwhelmed by Naruto's killer intent, even Grafia. Once Razor recovered, he decided to tell Naruto off, albeit a bit scared. Why you'll regret ever doing that, you'll die by my hands filth. Like that'll ever happen. Takai yelled and laughing at Razor's messed up hair. Razor just grunted and teleported with his peerage back to the underworld. XX time skip to training XX. Let's level up that sacred gear, Takai. How'd you level yours up already? What do you mean, I can already use all levels of my sacred gear? Since when? Since I first got it, I just never knew the abilities and I'm already as strong as I need to be without it, so Ria's assigned me to helping you level up your boosted gear, Naruto explained. Can you show me? No, as using anything past Juggernaut Drive literally drains your life, devil or not. Good thing I am pretty much a god here. Naruto checked up on his pocket dimension and saw that he had mastered his Kekkei Genkai, Kekkei Tauda, and have made a lot of progress with the Kekkei Mora, so he was now able to form Godamas without his cloak. Good work everyone, dispel. Naruto was hit hard once again, but like usual, he saved thanks to his Sennin chakra. Any more training, and I'll be too powerful against even the mightiest foes in this universe. Naruto exited his pocket dimension and noticed Ria standing there with a cute expression on her face. Hey, what's up? I just wanted to spend some alone time with you, if that's okay, Ria said quietly. Naruto smiled and hugged Ria's from behind. Sure, what'd you like to do, he said as they were both rocking from side to side. Well, I don't care what it is, as long as I am with you, Ria said leaning in for a hot kiss. Naruto also leaned in, and both were caught in another makeout session. Ria's jumped and straddled Naruto with Naruto standing up. After their intimate time, Naruto decided to check up on Ria's gravity seals and see how far she has come. Okay, looks like you're at level 7 already, that's impressive. Yeah, what about you? Ria's asked nervously. Oh, I'm on level 52, Naruto said sheepishly as he rubbed the back of his neck. Naruto, I have no doubt you're as strong as a full peerage. Oh, speaking of which, who is this office you were talking about? You said she was probably the only who could rival me in power. Oh, well, I don't know much, only stories told by my brother and father. Apparently, she's the strongest existence and is a dragon, but in human form. Wow, so she's that strong, huh? Well, is she good or bad? She's neither, but whatever side she decides to fight on, that's the side that has the advantage. But, now that we have you, I'm sure we have more of a chance. Now, increase your seals and try to hit me, I'll only defend, don't worry. Ria's did as she was told and almost all night they trained. Ria's managed to increase the amount at which she can handle to 10. Now time to check on Takai. Naruto walked up to Takai when he saw him in his second form of his gauntlet, preparing a huge blast attack. Looks like things just got interesting. XX time skip to day of raiding game XX. The time is near everyone, please head towards the magician's area, ordered Grafia. Once the battle starts, you will be transferred to the battlefield from there. Now, we can see that Ria's and her peerage have been teleported to an exact replica of the clubhouse. Huh? The club room? Did the transfer fail? Takai asked. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Grafia of the Gremory family. I have been charged with the duty of refereeing this match. My master, Surzucha-sama, will be observing this match. Today's field is a replica of the Kuo Academy that Ria-sama attends. That's pretty neat. Exclaimed Takai. Both parties have been transported to their respective strongholds. Ria-sama's team has been transferred to the Occult Research Club room and Riser-sama's team has been transferred to the Student Council room. To promote pawns, please enter the enemy's territory. Akeno gave Naruto an earpiece. We'll be using these to communicate on the battlefield. Naruto felt nostalgia when he saw the earpieces. Remembering his first few missions as a part of Team 7. Ria's cast a look towards Naruto and went to cup his cheeks. Is everything alright? Naruto cupped Ria's cheeks in response. Just remembered something from back home. Don't worry, Naruto said lovingly. Okay lovebirds, you're making me sick, Takai said mockingly. Ifufu, it seems you two just can't control each other, Akeno added. Naruto just giggled while Rias was telling both Takai and Akeno off. Alright everyone, test your mix to see if the transmitters need to be altered. Walkie-talkie sound effect Kiba here. Walkie-talkie sound effect Kaneko is here. Walkie-talkie sound effect Akeno is ready for action. Walkie-talkie sound effect Azori, Asia is ready. Walkie-talkie sound effect can anyone hear me, hello. Hello. Testing. 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 Tess. Naruto muted his earpiece, feeling as if his eardrum was about to burst. Takai, would you turn down your volume? Oh, sorry, is this better? Yes, now it's my turn. Walkie-talk sound effect I have only one things to say, let's win th. Naruto, you hypocrite. Your volume is just as loud as mine. Both of you, turn down your volume. Riaz yelled. "Aye," both Naruto and Takai mumbled. "The time has come. The battle shall continue from now until daybreak. So without further ado, let the game commence. Riaz, shall I blow up the whole other half of the field?" Everyone was taken aback by Naruto's statement. "No offense, but I'd like this to be a team effort," Riaz explained. Naruto smirked at Riaz's answer. "I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's see, first we must destroy Razor's pawns. Razor has 8 pawns, it'd be troublesome if he were to promote them to Queen's Yudo. Hi. Well, don't even think about positioning us in the forest around our base. Razor's territory is the new building, right? They can see the entire front garden from that building, so even just passing through this point will be dangerous. So in order to infiltrate the enemy base, we'll have to enter through the playground. No, the enemy probably thought about that too, so he will deploy troops there, too. I'm guessing some knights and 3 to 4 pawns," Riaz countered. "But why don't we just occupy the nearby gym early on? If we take this location, we can secure a route to the enemy base and neutralize the threat of a flank attack," Naruto interjected. I was thinking the same thing. I wonder if you'll be sending in destructively powerful rooks instead of high mobility units. Yudo, Kaneko, go set traps in the forest." "Hi," Kiba replied. "Hi, but Kaneko said stoically. "Akeno, set up a mist barrier around the perimeter of the forest as well as the sky above it." "Understood," Akeno replied. "Takai, I'll have you storm the gym by yourself, and once you're done with those traps, join him, Kaneko. Kiba, once you're done, I want you to assist Akeno in taking out whoever is daring to attack from the playground." Naruto. "Yes. Lay down with me," Riaz said seductively, while Naruto's face faltered at what she said. "Okay," Naruto said. As soon as he sat down next to Riaz, she sat in his lap and laid her head down on his chest. "You're so adorable, Riaz," Naruto said, running his hand through her red hair and kissing her soft lips. Riaz moaned as Naruto started fondling her breasts. "Ugh, get a room you two." Takai shouted in rage at not being the one under Riaz. Naruto and Riaz separated and Riaz started sucking on Naruto's neck while he was talking to Takai. "Jealous, Takai." "As if." He responded, storming off. Naruto just chuckled, returning to suck on Riaz's mouth and tongue. Of Takai, Kiba and Kaneko. "I can see it. It's the gym." Takai yelled. "Alright. I'll wait up ahead," said Kiba, dashing forward. "Yeah, you do that." Takai and Kaneko entered the gym. "Wow, this is a really good replica. I think we can get up to the stage from here," Kaneko said in her usual monotone voice. "Someone's here, an enemy." "We know you're there, servants of Gremory. 3 pawns and a rook. Takai senpai, you take down the pawns and I'll take down the rooks." "Piece of cake." "Boosted gear." "Boost." "Demolition Taimi." The two twins shouted as they revved up their chainsaws. The Kaki grabbed the staff that was intending to knock him clean on the head. This surprised her as she was kicked away. "Boost." "Tear him to pieces." Takai blocked one chainsaw with his gauntlet while he grabbed the other by the handle and he kicked one of the pawns away and punched the other with his now free hand. He threw both of the chainsaws into the air. "Boost." "Dragon shot." Takai yelled, completely obliterating the chainsaws. He felt a presence behind him and turned to witness the pole almost come into contact with his face, but he ducked just in time. Grabbing the pole, he broke it in half and threw it at either side of him. "Game over, pipsqueaks." "Boost." "Boosted gear gift." "Blade." "Ascalon." Takai yelled and splashed all 3 pawns, forcing them to retire. "Razor Phoenix's 3 pawns retired," Grafia announced. "Takai senpai, leave the rest to Akeno senpai." "Not that I agree, but whatever." Once both of them made it out, Akeno unleashed her full lightning on the gym. Razor Phoenix's rook retired. "We did it." "Yes," Kaneko agreed with Takai. "Ni complete." Riaz said, moaning at Naruto rubbing her clit hard. "Naruto-kun, I want to save this time for later. Riaz pleaded. "Okay, it won't be long," Naruto said huskily, kissing Riaz hungrily, Riaz returning with as much passion. "Let's go, Kaneko-cha." "Boom." "Hey, Kaneko-chan." "Take," said Ubaluna. "Damn you. You must be Razor's queen. Yufu, you cannot hope to defeat Razor-sama." "Takai-senpai, Akeno-senpai, I wanted to be of more use this time, but..." Riaz Gremory's rook retired. "Kaneko-chan. Don't worry, when a piece has been taken in battle, they are immediately transferred to a medical facility," explained Akeno. "Ah. Damn you. Boost. 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 Takai-kun. Transfer that power. Anything to get rid of her. Boosted gear gift. Transfer." Takai-kun, go meet up with Yudo-kun, I'll handle things here. Beater. This could prove to be troublesome, Yubaluna said in fear as she noticed Akeno's rise in power. Razor's 3 pawns retired. Looks like Kiba is holding his own. I am Razor-sama's knight, Carmine. Lemiter, I still have some fight left. Be careful or I am stepping in. Don't worry, boost. Issei ran out from around the cover and summoned Ascalon once again. Ha! Take this. However, before he could reach the knight, he missed her completely and barely dodged the swipe from her sword. Looks like got no choice but to level down the gravity seal. Takai whispered, bringing his level down from 7 to 5. When Carmine was rushing towards him, he disappeared from her reach. What? She shouted, surprised. Then, she was slashed across her back, forcing her to retire as well. Razor Phoenix's knight retired. Boost. So, 2 more remaining pieces left, huh? Oh my. I won't be fighting, you know. Isabel, would you mind being his opponent? As she said, she will not be participating. I will be your opponent. Too chicken to fight me, huh? All you chickens are the same. No, she's Razor-sama's little sister. Issei, I'll take her on, just focus on Ravel, Kiba said, pulling out his sword. Ria's Gremory's knight, huh? A worthy opponent. Isabel declared, instantly rushing to punch Kiba, which he sidestepped. Hey, Pawn-kun, said an unfamiliar voice, catching the attention of Takai, making him nervous at the amount of foes before him. Nai, Lee, Ravel ordered. Shit. I used up a lot of energy. Boost. Nai and Lee were having no trouble overwhelming Takai. If only I didn't use so much energy. Looks like I'll have to take off another level, Takai thought desperately, bringing his level down to 4. He managed to block Nai and Lee's roundhouse kick just in time for another power-up. Boost. Takai punched and kicked both of them away. Looks like it's all up to this last shot. Dragon Booster, second liberation. Boosted gear gift. Kiba. Release your sacred gear. Right. Sword birth. Razor Phoenix-sama's 2 pawns, 1 knight, 1 bishop retire. Is this the power of a dragon? Asked a wounded Ravel to no one in particular. Ria's Gremory's queen retires. WH. No way, Akeno-san. I gave her so much power. Just then, a blast surfaced near Takai, scorching Kiba. Ria's Gremory's 1 knight retires. She sure was tough, lucky I had Phoenix Tears, otherwise I'd be a goner. You bitch boost. 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 Dragon shot. Yubaluna merely casted an explosion that boosted her velocity, granting her bare escape. What a powerful pawn, I'd be watching out for him. Get back here. Boost. 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 Burst. Takai grunted as he fell down and couldn't get up. Seems you've reached your limit. Goodbye. Yelled Yubaluna and was about to blast Takai away when she was suddenly kicked out of her position into the student council room. You okay, Takai? Never better. When Ravel had seen Naruto, her heart immediately started beating fast and she was blushing at being in his mere presence. Yubaluna emerged from the rubble, heavily scathed, pissed beyond measure. Why you? No matter how delicious looking you are. I won't be humiliated. Yo, you should really control your temper, whispered Naruto appearing behind her. Rasengan. Naruto yelled, shoving the blue sphere into Yubaluna. Razor Phoenix's queen retired. Now to take care of that girl, Naruto said flatly. He sped for her, appearing behind her in a burst of speed and chopping her neck, knocking her out of consciousness. Razor Phoenix's bishop retired. All that's left is the chicken bitch. How dare your pack of savages hurt my cute servants? I'll kill your servants. See how you like it, Razor threatened. Riaz had been trying to destroy Riaz, but he was just too strong. Hey, chicken. ITS Razor, you low-class scum. When Rizer had looked into his eyes, he was taken aback as it looked completely white. You're within the range of my divination, Naruto said darkly, before going into the Hyuga Taijutsu stance. 8 trigrams 128 palms. 2 palms. 4 palms. 8 palms. 16 palms. 32 palms. 64 palms. 128 palms. Razor coughed out blood as he flew over the roof and landed on the ground. I know he can't die from just that. So, it's time to finish this. Naruto's eye formed into the eternal Manjikyu of all Sharingans. Amaterasu. Naruto chanted, igniting Razor aflame with black flames. And boy, did Razor scream in pain. Concede, or you will be burned to a crisp faster than you can heal a cut. Niva. Don't be a fool. Fine, I can't say GHHH. Rasengan. Naruto yelled. That's for being a, Naruto yelled. Then, before Razor could retire, Naruto thrusted forth his next arm, shoving another Rasengan into Razor's gut. And that was for mistreating my girlfriend. Ria's heart fluttered as Naruto called her his girlfriend, while Surziches flinched at what he just heard. HMPH, who would have known? Razor Phoenix has retired. Ria's Gremory's peerage wins the rating game. Naruto-kun. Ria's yelled running into her boyfriend's arms. You did it. Aw, it was nothing. Anything for my princess. Naruto said, placing his hand under Ria's chin and giving her a chaste kiss. Naruto and Ria's were teleported back to the occult research club, where everyone was healed up and awaiting their king and Naruto. Good job guys, I never doubted you in the least, Takai complimented. Let's all celebrate. Naruto declared quite energetically. Just then, the Gremory magic circle appeared and out came Surziches and Grafia. I just have to say, congratulations to everyone here, that was sure a job well done. But my, Naruto-kun, your powers were quite interesting. Grafia here tells me you're able to manipulate the foundational nature energies yin and yang. Yeah, so? You might just be more powerful than me if that's the case. Everyone's jaw dropped at this, even Grafia's. Surziches-sama, surely you're exaggerating. No, he's right, I'm probably the most powerful person this universe will ever encounter. Though, I have lot more tricks than just yin-yang release. I can tell, say what do you think about being promoted to ultimate class devil right now? How? By taking an exam that is coming up in 3 days. Will I still be able to stay in Ria's peerage? I don't see why you should, but you are free to do what you want. Then yes. Okay guys, I had to end it there as I have literally been on my computer for hours typing this really long chapter. I'm getting tired, so I'll just end it here. Tell me your thoughts. Disclaimer. Refer to chapter 1. This is truly unbelievable. I didn't expect him to be this powerful. The Archangel Michael practically shouted. Surziches turned to him with a knowing smirk. He looked around and noticed even Azazel had a dumbfounded look on his face. Just seeing him fly through the exam like that makes me wonder what he's like at full power, Azazel said. Flashback. First round of today's tournament. Naruto Uzumaki vs Sora Kataji. Shouted the announcer. The arena was just a plot of dirt that was twice the size of a baseball field. Many spectators come to witness the birth of a new Satan-class devil. One of those spectators is the Archangel Michael himself. Usually, he does not come to events like these, but after hearing Surziches tell him over and over that someone who could be more powerful than their common enemy, he had to see it for himself. Many who have heard about this so-called Naruto Uzumaki doubted he was as powerful as Surziches said him to be. Though, the ones that could actually testify to that power were Lord Phoenix as well as his wife. Seeing their most powerful child bested with little effort both angered and amazed them. Naruto walked up with his hands in his pockets and a bored look on his face. He stopped when he was now standing in front of his opponent. Seeing the look on his face angered his opponent. Hey you. Don't act all cocky just because Surziches put it out there that you're some devil superstar. I'll have you know I'm one of the fastest high-class devils out there, so don't get your hopes up. Sorry, did you say something? Asked Naruto in a lazy tone. Sora's face contorted with anger. I'm going to enjoy ripping out your intestines you vermin. Now, let round an Ebigen. In less time than Sora could blink, Naruto appeared behind him and chopped his neck. Sora lost consciousness and fell face first. Everyone's eyes widened with exception to Surziches and the Phoenix family. What? They all screamed in their heads. Azazel couldn't believe his eyes. Sora was said to have speed that was on par with a Satan-class devil. To be bested in speed is just outrageous. He thought in disbelief. The announcer broke the silence. Winner of the first round is Naruto Uzumaki. And everyone began to cheer. Wow. That was one of the fastest fights I have ever witnessed. This kid could definitely make Satan class no problem. That is how Naruto Uzumaki defeated every last opponent of his for the entire tournament. I can't believe it folks. Naruto Uzumaki is not only our winner but is the first one to have not used his powers and deliver one hit to his opponent. Simply amazing folks. Give it up for Naruto Uzumaki. The audience went wild. Flashback end. Surziches, I am guessing that he was the source of that huge power source that dwarfed even God's power himself. Michael asked seriously. Surziches smirked. At first, I thought he was just your average skilled fighter. He was quite fast, so he wasn't normal. However, he is hiding much of his power for some odd reason. That was when I fought him, who knows how strong he could be right now or 10 years into the future. Surziches said. Give it up for your new Satan-class devil, Naruto Uzumaki. The announcer shouted. Yeah. Whoa. Cheers, shouts, and screams sounded throughout the arena. Naruto just sighed and disappeared, shocking everyone in the whole arena. Did he just teleport instantaneously? Michael asked in awe. That he did, Azazel answered. Unknown location. Well, can you sense it? A deep voice asked. Yes, it's hidden well, and I can barely sense any chakra, but it's there, replied a monotone voice. Where is it? The underworld. The person with the deep voice was wearing a white cloak with 9 magatama on the back, with 10 mini Rinnegan circles around the magatama with a yin-yang sign on top. The rest of his followers were wearing the traditional 6 paths design. Long live the Universal Shinju and the Troatsutsuki clan. Guo Academy. Okay, you will have an hour to complete your math test Bijin. A minute later, Naruto walks up to his sensei and hands him his test. Sensei, I finished, said Naruto in a lazy manner. The whole class gasped and whispers could be heard. Naruto-kun sure is smart. Many girls sighed in adoration. Hey, are you sure you got everything right, Uzumaki? You still have 48 Minchus. I'm sure sensei, Naruto said with a wave as he walked out of class. Sure. His sensei immediately went to grade his test. What's his score? All the boys yelled in anger. Perfect. No. Wow, I never doubted Naruto-kun at all. He's destined to be mine. Don't you know? He's dating Ria's senpai. One of the girls said sadly. That's enough. I do not get paid enough for this stupid job. Pocket dimension. Meta time manipulation. Fast. Naruto shouted as he was now moving 3 times faster than he was before. After stopping, he was wondering if there was a way to increase how slow someone went and how fast he could move. Maybe Kairos would know Kairos. Naruto's mindscape. Yes, Naruto S. Enough with the Sama, just call me Naruto, it's really weird. Okay, Naruto, what is it that you require of me? I was wondering if there was any way I could increase the power of the meta-time manipulation. There is a way, but it can only happen once you enter second liberation. I hope you have not forgotten you can enter that mode as you wish. I haven't, I just wanted to make sure that I mastered all of my sacred gear abilities at level 1. I have done that, haven't I? Yes, you have, Naruto. Thanks, I'll see you soon. Pocket dimension. Alright guys, dispel. Ordered the real Naruto as they all did as asked. As a result, he had a minor headache due to the fact that his Senjutsu chakra was added in time and managed to heal his aching brain at the loss of a huge amount of Senjutsu chakra. He decided that no more training was needed and as soon as he exited his pocket dimension, burned the scroll with a small fire-style jutsu. Now, to take care of that damn tree, Naruto mumbled as he disappeared in a vortex thanks to Kamui. Underworld. The swirling vortex appeared out of nowhere and out came Naruto Uzumaki. His eyes widened when he immediately felt enormous signatures around a single large one. Chakra. But, no one in this world has chakra, I have to hurry. Kamui. Location of Shinju. It seems another chakra user has appeared before us. Naruto narrowed his eyes when he saw the back of the man's cloak. You guys again, how many times do I have to get rid of you annoying pests? Boo, it seems you have dealt with our kin and you must be from the elemental nations. However, I will have you know, we are not amateurs like Kagaya and Momoshiki. I was the first Otsutsuki to appear in this multiverse. As you are now, you cannot defeat me, for you only have 2 full pieces of the god tree, have 10 out of the 12 inside me. Naruto's eyes widened. That's impossible, you have no more chakra than the Shinju. Unless, you are suppressing that chakra. One of the leader's followers stepped forward and answered in his stead. He is in fact suppressing his chakra for the sake of not being tracked down, a mistake you made upon being forced to enter this dimension. The keyword being forced, as we have moved freely from dimension to dimension. You can't even face me. So what if he has more chakra, can he stop time? Naruto asked in a lazy tone. Why would he end? Juggernaut drive. Infinite time manipulation. Once Naruto activated his ability, he was surprised to see that the leader managed to get halfway to him before he activated the ultimate time ability. Seems he wasn't much of a pushover still, you've lost. Naruto walked up to the leader before putting his hand on his abdomen before extracting all 10 of the Shinjus contained within the man and absorbing them. He then placed his hand on the man's head and pulled out his soul, gaining all his memories. Yosh. Time resumed again and we now see Naruto without his armor. So his name is just Otsutsuki, truly is the first Otsutsuki, thought Naruto in surprise. Otsutsuki completely turned to dust due to having everything absorbed besides his empty shell of a body, and all of his followers were completely shocked that their leader was taken out so easily. Another thing was that they sensed all of his chakra within the stranger. What did you do? The Otsutsuki that insulted him asked in fear. Naruto turned around, that's right, I almost forgot about the Shinju in this world. I should probably absorb it as well. Oh, I absorbed all of his chakra, he answered calmly. He then raised his hand. Beggin. But that all of them evaporated into energy that was absorbed by Naruto with a simple raise of his hand. Naruto looked at the Jinjutsu with his strongest eyes, the complete 9 Tomo Rinnegan in both eyes, and managed to clear the Jinjutsu. He raised his hand like he did before. Ninjendo. The whole tree was absorbed in an instant. Now, I am going to have to seal all of the Shinju, except for Ujubi. He places mental seals, something he learned from Otsutsuki, and sealed each one of the Shinjus. If he ever needed the power, he would just need to think level 1. Kai until he unsealed all 11 of them. Now time to see what the devils are up to. Naruto disappeared in a vortex that was almost instantaneous. Outside Naruto's house. Hiba and Takai were both standing in front of the Excalibur wielders Irina and Zenobia. Takai, you can't beat us, I'm sorry, but you're just not strong enough. Shut up. Takai shouted as he took out his boosted gear and boosted twice. He was immediately pushed back by the hilt of the sword. What? Hiba went to help Takai, only to have to block a swing from Zenobia. I am your opponent. After a few clashes, Kiba's sword broke. His eyes widened and he immediately summoned another sword, angrily slashing when his sword broke again. Zenobia smirked, we could be here all day and you still wouldn't defeat me, it's over. Hiba closed his eyes to meet his defeat, only to be surprised when Naruto was in front of him, holding the sharp edge of the sword with one finger. You know, you lot are a bit cocky for my taste. He flicked the sword and it broke into a million pieces. What? Who are you? Zenobia asked filled with rage. Naruto Uzumaki, now go to sleep, he said before flicking her forehead and sending her through his house all the way to the street and through a few more walls, knocking her out. Before Irina could react, she was chopped in the neck. Naruto-kun. Ria said as she ran up and hugged Naruto. There he is, Naruto smiled giving her a hug back. She just smiled and blushed before hugging his left arm. He turned to an oddly Sasuke-looking Kiba and a pissed-off Takai. Nothing, Kiba said before walking away. Naruto looked at Takai before he shrugged. Ria sighed before turning to Naruto, he is out for revenge against people like those two. Well, more like for what those two were using. Naruto just had a deadpan look. Not again, not another one of those people out for revenge. No matter, I will have to change him just like I did everyone else. Well, everyone except for Mama Shikadu's got problems. Well, I guess I better take those guys in. Naruto, your house has a huge hole going through it. Oh, right. Naruto summoned his continuum gear and used time reverse only on the house though. Your sacred gear sure is useful, Ria said, a childish expression that just made her look cuter. Naruto gave her a kiss on the lips, making her sigh dreamily. She never let go of him after that. The next morning. Nah, where are we? Oh good, you're awake. Naruto said in a chipper tone. Zenobia narrowed her eyes before grabbing her imaginary sword. Huh? Where is it? I broke it, remember? That's right. Wait, how did you do that? One doesn't just break a legendary holy sword with a flick of his finger. Well, one has now. So, why are you here? We are here on a quest to destroy all of the holy swords. When Mr. Revenge mistook our swords for the Excalibur swords. He was hell-bent on destroying us and it. So, we decided to settle it 2-on-2 for his sake. Then you came in and annihilated us. Speaking of which, what did you say your name was again? Naruto Uzumaki. You're that new devil or neutral devil, what did you call it again? Human. I am a human. Why do they keep calling me a devil? I only have the perks of having a devil position and a devil piece, not their demonic unstable energy, honestly. That would explain why I don't feel the same when I am around you as opposed to other devils. It was at that time that Irina woke up and rubbed her eyes before looking at Naruto, then at Zenobia. Oh. It's you. Naruto gave out a frustrated sigh. Now calm down, I do not wish to fight unless I feel the need to. Irina just stared at Naruto. You're cute. It was at that moment that Riaz opened the door and heard what Irina said. Naruto had a scared, nervous look on his face. Now Riaz, it's fine. It was just a harmless compliment, really. Ria's demonic energy started to rise. You will not touch him, you understand. Irina just smiled and hugged Naruto's arm and Naruto smacked his head in annoyance. That's it. She yelled before tackling Irina and having a wrestling match with her. I'm going to just leave, Naruto mumbled. Same. When Naruto came downstairs, he noticed Takai with an irritated look on his face. Must be nice to be a chick magnet. Oh, if only there were something someone could do. You're pathetic, you know that. Zenobia said, crushing Takai's ego. Didn't have to say it like that. Takai, any word on Kiba's whereabouts? Nope, nothing. Oh well, Naruto said before disappearing in a flash. With Kiba. Kiba was slashing and hacking at the trees in front of him. Damn it. You won't get any better if you train like that. Kiba just turned around and tried to cut Naruto's head off, despite knowing it would do nothing to try. Naruto just let it cut him, shocking Kiba to his core. See what this is doing to you. You'd attack a fellow comrade when you are like this and it'll only get worse. Kiba just sighed. What's it to you? I once had a friend like you. His entire clan was murdered by his brother and he stopped at nothing to kill him. Kiba was surprised to hear that. Of course, he was right. But yet, he drove himself insane and thought that isolating himself and being all alone was the only way. You were along too, right? Thanks to those swords. Tiba nodded. And it is for that reason that I must get rid of those swords and anyone who gets in my way. You don't get it, do you? To receive that small satisfaction in exchange for you as a person, everyone around you. Is that what you want? To be all alone again? This surprised Kiba before clenched his fists and shouted, what do you know? I've never had parents and no friends forged a childhood, everyone avoided me. I've even lost people I've formed a close relationship to. Tiba flinched and had a guilty look to his face. Am I doing the right thing? Just remember that you have people that filled the void and that make you happy. Go ahead and get rid of those Excaliburs. Just don't kill out of revenge. With that, Naruto disappeared in another flash, leaving Kiba to his thoughts. Naruto's house. When Naruto appeared in his room, he found the sight of Rias and Irina still fighting. Okay, that's enough. Naruto pried Rias off Irina and kept them away from each other. Both of you calm down. No. She is a threat to our relationship. Oh, Naruto-kun, don't touch me there. Naruto just gave her a deadpan look. What, your forehead? She pisses me off. I said enough. Both girls looked away with a pout. Fine. If you're all done, I'll have you know that I need a sword if we are to fight off someone who can handle an Excalibur's fragment. Here. Said Naruto, recreating her Durendal. All of them had looks of disbelief and wide eyes. How did you do that? It's called Banbutsu Sozo, creation of all things. This ability allows me to create something out of nothing. That's the basic explanation. If you could recreate my Durendal, why not the Excalibur? I can't recreate something I know nothing about. It only happened because I was able to see your Durendal. Even then, I don't think that is a good idea, considering the fact that I might anger a certain someone past a point of no return. So, let us continue. I believe someone is trying to recreate the sword as we speak. Let's hurry then. Irina said. Hold on, we need to bring the whole peerage here. Everyone could use some training and experience with this formidable foe. I agree. I shall bring Akeno and the rest to the school. I will meet you there, Naruto-kun, Ria said seriously. Naruto nodded, then touched Zenobia and Irina's shoulder much to Ria's annoyance and disappeared in a flash. With Kakabia at Kuo Academy. Soon, I will have all of the pieces merged together. Then, nothing could stop me. Nothing. Okay, I am going to need to stop you there. You obviously haven't met me, so don't think that some sword could make you unstoppable. Oh, and you think you can defeat me? Yeah. You lit. Oh, just in time, Rias, Akeno, Takai, Asia, Kaneko, and Kiba all were present. I see your cousin is putting up a barrier. Yes, just to make sure things don't go haywire. Naruto gave Kiba a look. You ready, Kiba? Kiba nodded with determination. I have decided to end things the right way, Kakabiel. Oh, you think you and your petty little devils can stop me? Me? I won't stop you. They will. Huh? Rias asked confused. No, but you. He's right. This is our fight. Kiba yelled. Sword birth. So you actually were a success of that experiment. How pitiful. Kakabiel spat. Kiba was shaking with rage until he calmed down. This is the end. Boost. Kiba and Takai rushed to Kakabiel only to get kicked back to the ground. Rias charged a ball of destruction and launched along with Akeno, launching her lightning attack. Kakabiel managed to dodge the attacks until he was met with Takai in front of him. Good speed but not good enough. Kakabiel said as he punched Takai in the jaw, sending him to the ground again. Seeing his comrades fall made him angry. What can we do? Naruto looked at Zenobia and Irina. You guys, give Kiba your powers. Everyone looked at him like he had grown a second head. Naruto, you do know that doesn't work. Well, you guys wouldn't know, but Kakabiel does, don't you? Kakabiel had wide eyes. How do you know this? Doesn't matter. Do it now. You're out of your mind, Zenobia said as her and Irina both channeled their light power, while Rias and the rest channeled their demonic energy. Kiba felt a sensation that could only be described as exhilarating. Sort of betrayer. Kiba managed to do it. This means that Zenobia said as she mumbled the rest, realization hitting her. Yes, God is dead. No way, Asia and Irina said falling to their knees. Well, at least you can be erased thanks to that. Kiba said, and in a burst of speed, destroyed the pillar of light combining 4 Excalibur fragments together. No. How could this happen? He yelled as he attempted to punch Kiba only to get blocked by Naruto. Sorry, but this is where I come in, Naruto said, before punching Kakabiel full force, sending him flying through the barrier and sailing to a building, before Naruto reappeared and completely broke his back with his elbow. Naruto walked back to the group. Well, what do you say we all celebrate? Naruto, why? Well, not only has Kiba overcome his hatred, but I am not a Satan-class devil. What? Everyone yelled. What if Naruto was a primordial ninja high school DxD? End here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.